tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. We will dance till we hear a hush. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. Let's get out, girl, I'm taking you home. Hello, how you doing tonight? I saw your face in the candlelight across the room, and I wanted to know, yeah, I wanted to know, well, I'm anxious to know if you dance with me. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. We will dance till we hear a hello, are you doing alright? I am doing just fine. I could dance all night. Did you come alone? I just want you to know you don't have to be alone if you dance with me. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. We will dance till we hear a hush. this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this doing tonight? I saw your face in the candlelight across the room, and I wanted to know. Yeah, I wanted to know. Well, I'm anxious to know if you dance with me. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. We will dance till we hear a hello, are you doing alright? I am doing just fine. I could dance all night. Did you come along? I just want you to know you don't have to be alone if you dance with me. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. We will dance till we hear a hush. Put on those dancing shoes, grab my hand, let's dance, let's get this ballroom rocking tonight. Clear the floor so we can do this right. We will dance till we got holes in our souls. Let's get this ballroom rocking tonight till the moon fades out and the sun's inside. Let's get out, girl, I'm taking you home.
What's up, everybody? I'm new and improved. I'm a cyborg now after my surgery. So, I can stream for hours. We're gonna go till 2 in the morning. Easy. Okay, that's not true. Oh, what's up, guys? So you're arguing over whether or not Final Fantasy IX remake's gonna happen, and you're talking about the State of Play tomorrow. That's State of Play Japan. Don't lie to me, twin. Alyssa, I'm sorry. I'm not the Spencer you remember. I'm new and improved. The old Spencer you knew is dead. No, I had a hernia surgery. I'm getting old. My intestinal wall, or my abdomen wall was. You guys don't want to hear this. Why am I even saying it? It's gross. Oh yeah, you're up late. That's right. 'Cause you're in Connecticut, right? You're a Puerto Rican that lives in Connecticut. Surgery went well. Yeah, surgery was good. So I'm doing better now. It's been 1 week since my surgery. I can move around pretty well. I was out for like a few days, but thanks for waiting. I missed you guys. It was kind of weird. That weird to say. I went 11 streams straight, and then there was that break, and talked to Jolie. I was like, it's kind of weird. I kind of miss streaming. Felt like something was missing, but I'm glad to be back. Yeah, Sergio. Well, you guys are talking about Square and what they might show at the State of Play tomorrow. I don't think we'll see anything from Square Enix. Well, that might not be true. I don't think we'll see anything Final Fantasy related, and it would be weird to see Kingdom Hearts tomorrow, but because Kingdom Hearts is weird, then I'd rather it be shown in something like a State of Play Japan on an obscure day where no leaks happened, rather than like we're really excited for part 3 reveal and then we get like something like Kingdom Hearts. So I don't know if that's if you guys are big Kingdom Hearts fans, that's fine, but Kingdom Hearts is like a B tier, C tier franchise in this household. Joel used to love it. Like I think I told you guys that we really liked the name Kyrie, and we wanted to name our first. If we ever had a girl, we were going to name her Kyrie because she's like, I love that name, and I loved the first Kingdom Hearts, and we fell off it pretty hard. So I've got the streamer bug. I'm a pro streamer now. No, I did miss you guys. It was weird. You guys have been so kind and so nice. So it felt awkward. Like I felt okay Wednesday night. I mean, I couldn't have streamed. I was still pretty like immobile, but then Friday I was like, I could maybe make this work, and I had that itch. I wanted to get back on, but I thought we'd leave it one more week. So anyway, Mr. Wigglesworth says, to be clear, I was making a joke about how part 3 Kingdom Hearts, Dragon Quest, and Final Fantasy 9 all have equal chance of being shown tomorrow. Yeah, I don't think we'll see any of that. Maybe we will. I mean, okay, like if you had to pick a reasonable guess, what do you think will get announced out of those franchises? The cool thing I like about the State of Play Japan is like I feel like there's more excitement about a Japan State of Play than a regular one. But maybe that's just because that's our audience, you know? Like got like an alfalfa hair sticking up. Our audience is totally tuned into the JRPG stuff, so we're like, oh, awesome, like anything Square Enix, anything, you know, that you're gonna, anything that's Japanese developers, like if they do Atlas, or if they're gonna be doing, I don't know, like you guys were saying, Dragon Quest is Square Enix. I just don't know what they're gonna be showing because I don't know that many Japanese developers other than like Capcom, Konami, obviously Square Enix. Who are some like Atlas, Sega, you know. Nintendo's not going to show anything in a State of Play, so I don't know. But you guys say maybe another trailer for Dragon Quest VII Remake? Okay. What about Dragon Quest 12? Is that just still gone forever? I think they will show off more of the already announced Dragon Quest VII. Okay. Okay. Cool. That was like kind of that claymation one, right? It's not claymation, but it's like Akira Toriyama characters because all Dragon Quest is his art style, but then it had them that were like the remake of them, right? They had like their big bobbleheads. That's just, they were like running around and it felt, I don't know. I know Dragon Quest 11 doesn't have like that kind of chibi look. So I don't know. I'm naive when it comes to Dragon Quest. Never played any of them. Sepa Gaming says, I love if Nintendo announced a new trailer, the new Fire Emblem. Yeah, they did. Well, I mean, they did that in their latest one, right? Nintendo has a Direct 2 in 2 days, but it's all about the Mario movie, and I don't care. It's fun, but I'm like, I just want your games, Nintendo. Alyssa says it would be cool if Team Asobi dropped something and would make sense since they're PS Studio. Okay. They're like the only PlayStation studio from Japan that stuck around, right? Didn't they got a lot of their Japanese studios? I could be wrong, but what's up, Ace Torres? Good episode today on Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy Rebirth, only on chapter 11 after a year. We're not even on chapter 11, we're on chapter 10. And there's a part 4 of chapter 9 coming out. So yeah, don't get your hopes up. it's funny. I was looking back at the episodes and I was like, when did we record that episode? We recorded the episode that you guys saw today. We recorded that during maternity leave when we just had our new baby. He's 7 months, almost 8 months now. So he was only like 2 months. It's been like 6 months ago. A half a year since we recorded the episode that you saw today. You know, it's not that we just didn't do anything from that. We had other stuff in the pipeline that we were giving out, you know. So we came out with like the part 8, like the Dine. We did chapter 8. So we were doing like Gold Saucer, and then we've done part 2, part 1, part 2, and part 3. So anyway, yeah. Mr. Bigglesworth says, I'm playing Dragon Quest 2 in a cat suit and made that GIF on Twitter. Oh, okay. That's what I thought that was like. That's you, you know, peeking behind the corner. Whoa, Ace Torres with the super chat. Thank you. What'd you do that for, Ace? Thank you. All right, the floor is yours, Ace. What do you want to say? You guys know when you super chat, you can say something in the super chat, right? And then I'll read it out and I'll just tell everybody it because that was super nice. But yeah, Ace Torres was talking about how he said good job on the episode today. Thank you, Ace. Jolie's put in a ton of work. I think Jolie's in chat now. She says, "Yo, yeah, that's right." So we did a bunch of stuff, and then we went and did the interviews with the Final Fantasy VII voice, or the 7 voice cast. Jolie said MagWest took up a lot of prep time. That postponed us for sure. Eventually, this is going to catch up to you, Ernest. Oh, yeah, you guys are talking about Ernest not being done. Oh, Alyssa says, and Ernest is still probably making his way through chapter 10. I don't even think he started. I think when we tell him we're about to record it, I think he just plays it. I think he plays it. I hope he plays it. We don't know. He could like watch a playthrough or something, but he's playing it. I just don't know, like, if you were playing it, I think he's just saving it. Here's like my benevolent, like, kind answer. He's probably just saving it so he remembers it, because he does a lot of other stuff in his life. He's not just like he has like a finance YouTube channel, and he does a bunch of these other things. He's really into movies that I don't care about, and Joel and I don't care about. So he's doing all this stuff, right? And so when it comes time to play the next chapter, I think he just saves it for when we're about to record, so it's fresh in his mind. Whereas like Jolie and I talk about Final Fantasy probably every day. And then he's like, oh, and then he's reminded, and then he can talk about it. That's my like benevolent, kind answer. My more pessimistic answer would be it comes around and he's just like, oh, I gotta do some research and like watches a playthrough or something. I don't think he does that. I think he plays it. But anyway, yeah, so we're in chapter 10 after part 4 of chapter 9. Jolie's editing part 4 right now. And part 4 is like the other stuff, like when you have to jump from the mushrooms all around Gongaga and navigate that terrible terrain, you know. Yeah. So going back to what Bigglesworth said, he sent me a little GIF on Twitter of like a cat poking out behind like a little throne. Like a little, I don't know. I thought it was Final Fantasy Tactics, and I was like, it was you all along, Bigglesworth. But he says it's from Dragon Quest 2, so that makes more sense. Ernest is still probably making his way through chapter 10. Yeah, in preparation for the chapter 10 session recording. Part 4 of chapter 9. How many videos you want to analyze 7 Rebirth? Yeah. Well, we're gonna do as many videos as it takes, Epic Gaming. You know. We'll see. Jolie says thank you to Ace. Thank you, Ace. That's so kind. Javier says hi to Jolie. Welcome to our chat again. And then good work, Ace, says Alyssa. I'm digging your Funko graphics. Yeah, so I wanted to start the stream off. I have to share something with you guys. So I have a little bit of a run of show. I've been tweeting about it and putting it in the YouTube social post. But we're going to talk about just to warm up, we're going to show off some fan art from the community. From our very own Javier. He's been sending in some awesome graphics that we need to share with everybody. Mr. Bigglesworth said, I saw today's episode. Ernest made some really good points and some other points out of left field. That's true. Okay, cool. Sorry, We'll show the fan art stuff here in just a second, but let me catch up. Yeah, Ernest, this was like a good episode for Ernest. He did great. Usually he doesn't play the side quest stuff, so whenever we do the side quest chapters, like the next one or the previous ones, if you'll notice, Jolie will always ask, "Did you do the side quest?" And Ernest will say, "No, I didn't do it." So then he's just quiet, which is a bummer because I like when Ernest has his opinions, even when I disagree with them. It's good to get that difference of opinion. But since this was like a very story critical path section of the game, he was very involved, and so it was a good conversation. If you listen up to the end, I don't know if you guys have gotten to the end yet, but we're all like, that was a good conversation. we were all excited about it, which was fun. So yeah, Bigglesworth said, I did enjoy a couple more TV movie referenced, should make a compilation of them all. I did enjoy many of his points. Yeah. See, Ernest was on point this episode. Very good. Yeah, we have Jolie's editing an episode right now, and he makes another reference to something that he always makes the same references. You guys don't even know, and that's Jolie leaves a little bit of it in this episode, but he made a few references to some things that he always talks about, and we're like, Ernest, you always talk about that, and he did it again. Which was like, Jolie's like, Spencer, you have to see this. I go into the editing room. It's from Dragon Quest 2. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. I'm wondering if you guys are going to have a massive mini game or side quest episode post chapter 12. You're talking about when the whole world opens up and then you can do like the whole. I haven't done it yet. I saw Jolie do it, but it's the whole like navigating the waters and the treasure map stuff. I'm sure we'll do it all. Like we haven't not talked about everything in the game, so you can just expect by Christmas, not this year, but 2026, we'll be wrapping up the game, and then you can look forward to part 3, which will be right around the corner whenever we finish this. For all the stuff that opens up that ties some of the things like Queen's Blood story, yeah, we'll talk about it. It was really good. You all made a lot of good points and insights. Loved hearing how you talked directly about shipping as well. Yeah, man, I don't know. I feel like I've talked on stream about ships, and Javier's like written me in private. He's like, it's gonna be so great when you clip the stuff you say about Tifa or whatever. And it's like, I feel like I've been labeled like a Clarith, which is like funny because I don't really relate with that community. I don't relate with the Cloudies either. I've told you guys this before, where it's like I don't make shipping my identity, and it's okay if you guys do. If you love that stuff, it's not a big deal. I'm not here to be like, you can't do that. But for me, it's like, it's such a foreign world that I don't understand, that I weigh in on my opinions because we have a Final Fantasy show, and and I'm like, oh man, I like really poked the bear there. I didn't know that there was like a whole group of people that like I ticked off. Yeah, I know. I mean, like, I like Aerith, but I like Aerith because that's who I would want to date if I was looking for a girl. I like, this is my whole thing. Cloud can like Tifa, and maybe that's the canonical relationship, or maybe it's not. But I don't care when I'm playing this game, and if the game gives me choice, it's like, I'm going to go for Aerith because she's like more my speed, right? So I just think she's more interesting than Tifa in every way. I think Tifa's totally fine and cool, but I will like, so when I dig on her and I'm always like, oh, Tifa, you never have an opinion, it's because like I don't want to date someone like that. I know that there's people like that exist, and it's actually makes the party dynamic good. That's why Jolie will always call me a Tifa hater, because I'm always like, she never expresses her opinions. She's always just like got her hands behind her back, and she's like kicking the floor and looking down at the ground, and I'm like, just have a backbone, speak up for yourself. And Aerith just like this bubbly personality who speaks her mind and does what she wants, and I'm like, yeah, I like a confident girl that's, you know, not afraid to say what she thinks. And then the whole like whatever, you know, I don't know, like, people can't have a nuanced conversation in this space. They feel like if you say something mean about their ship, then it's like, you hate me. Anyway, that's my small shipping rant. Javier How fresh is this conversation in your mind? You recorded it a while ago, huh? Yeah, 6 months ago. That's how long we recorded it. When I watch it again, it still feels fresh. Some of the things that we talk about are some of the things we talk about on stream. So it's not aging that much long. Or it's not aging that much, but we are behind on something. We're like, Rebirth is going to come to Switch, we think, in 2026, but now it's been verified that Rebirth is coming. Ace Taurus says, no problem. Those episodes help my day go by faster. Working in government accounting. Oh, Ace, are you one of the ones that didn't get you? I don't know if you're in the United States, but if I don't know if you were part of the shutdown. My brother's a government employee and hasn't gone to work for a month and a half, so he's okay. He has money that he can, coast through it, but I know a lot of people can't. But it sounds like you have to keep working, so not fair. You didn't get a sweet vacation like my brother. Javier says, I'm not a Clarith. I like Cloud and Aerith, but the fandom locks that pair as default Clarith, so it's always going to be labeled as Clarith. Yeah, then we're probably the same, Javier. Like, I think Cloud's weird. Like, I don't relate with everyone's so funny because everyone disses on Tifa or Aerith, but they never diss on Cloud. It's like, Cloud's a freaking psychopath. He's not right in the mind. And he doesn't do anything to deserve their love. He doesn't. He's just got that main character, energy. So the girls have to fawn all over him. It's like, Barrett's way cooler than Cloud. So like when people say Tifa and Barrett work together, I'm like, yeah, sure. Barrett and Aerith. Barrett and Tifa. Even Vincent Valentine, he's about as charismatic as Cloud, and he's a vampire. So, like, I don't know. It's just so funny because they're like, oh, Cloud and Tifa are the perfect couple. It's like, they're both weird. You know what I mean? They're both weird. Nothing like a good shipping talk to warm up the stream. Yeah, Alyssa's just telling Bigglesworth when we streamed last. Also, if you're mean to Tifa, you're a Clarith default as well. Yeah, I've learned that out. I've learned that. I feel like ever since we released that video, I don't know if you've seen it, I'm just like, Tifa has boobs. She has really big boobs, and that people only like her because she has boobs. I didn't really I was just being silly. That was my first episode. I didn't know that I didn't even know what shippers were. And they're like, oh, like Final Fantasy Files is a Clarith podcast. I'm like, sorry. I've labeled us the Clarith, No. It's like, we're fine. You could say I'm a Clarith because I'm always, leaning towards Aerith, but it's not, I don't want to be defined by those terms. I just think Aerith is cooler. But I think Cloud is weird. This Sepa Gaming says Zach Cooler thought. Something I took issue. This is Zach Cooler. You're saying Zach is cooler though, is what I think you're trying to say. Yeah. Zach is cool. Zach is cooler than Cloud in my mind. He's like more charismatic and has like a better personality. Cloud's just like a husk and he doesn't talk much. Let's see. Mr. Bigglesworth said, something I took issue with is the idea Tifa would have some newfound knowledge of the future, even something not shown to her in the live stream. Are you talking about in our conversation on chapter 9 that you took issue with? Or are you saying like, because we kind of imply that she does kind of get a little glimpse of the future. She's kind of like reawakened and she has this knowledge, which I think is true, but maybe I'm wrong. I think in chapter 9, it's like Tifa has this experience and it helps kind of open her mind to things. And we learn more about that in chapter 10, right? When she's talking to people about planetology, she kind of pipes up and she's like, well, I had this experience. And they're like, no. But yeah, as far as Zach being cooler, this is another funny thing that the Claudies always say. It's like, well, Zach is Aerith's, guy. It's like, okay, but he's dead and you can like other people. I think I talked about this before too. It's like I dated other people before Jolie and after Jolie, and then I dated Jolie again. It's okay, but everyone wants it to be like this hopeless romantic story. Alyssa says Ernest was the one pushing that more, right? In the end, I think they all agreed that it was more Tifa found purpose moving forward, not necessarily the future. Yeah, Ernest was implying that she like had this. Like, I think I'm not against Ernest's theory because like this is all new, right? As far as I know, I don't know if in chapter 9 that Tifa that doesn't happen in the original, is what Jolie was saying. So I don't know. But they have this whole thing where Tifa goes on this journey and she's gets swallowed by the weapon and goes through the live stream, and she kind of has this clarity of like she does see things that she didn't know before when she was unconscious or something, right? Where Cloud's trying to help her and that Cloud wasn't trying to egg her on or something. It's like, so she does get a better picture of like the things that happened in her past. And who's to say that she couldn't have gotten, you know, a glimpse into the future? This game does a bad job of explaining any of that stuff. So I'm not going to say that that's true because we don't explicitly get any sort of confirmation that that's true. But I mean, I want to talk about it tonight before we stream Tactics. Is I kind of finished my thought on why I think the whispers are kind of silly, right? And you guys talked about this when we did this the last time. You said, you know, like Sephiroth took control of some of the whispers, and then there's these white whispers, and people in the comments today have been like, well, the gray whispers were the ones in Remake, and now there's these new whispers, and they're white and they're black, and they have materia in their face or something, and it's like, okay, like, but it's all just conjecture. Like, we don't know, right? It's just more confusing. So all this weird stuff is happening, and we're all making assumptions. Javier says Cloud is the accessory. If you look at Cloudy, they usually are all about Tifa, and Cloud is like a trophy or something. Yeah, that is true. That is true. They're like obsessed with Tifa. I'm not like obsessed with Aerith. It's just like if I put myself in that shoes, I'd be like, Aerith just knows who she is. Tifa's like still trying to find herself. Not my job to help you figure yourself out, girl. You can do that on your own time. But yeah, Cloud, it's like maybe they're good for each other. Maybe Cloud and Tifa are good for each other, because if they're all about Tifa and she doesn't know who the heck she is, and then they have Cloud who doesn't know who he is, you know. I know that in part 3 we'll find out who Cloud is. But it's like he's the best. have your dysfunctional relationship. This is my thought. Tifa and Cloud can be dysfunctional relationship together, or Aerith can be someone who can actually fix Cloud. I know that that's not true, because I know that it's Tifa who helps Cloud realize who he is. But man, by the way she has conversations with him so far, I'd be like, you guys deserve each other. Okay, let's see. Alyssa says, and now more familiar with the live stream for a possible future event. Yeah, okay. I think she's more familiar with it so she can navigate it. That's kind of my point, is like she does this big thing in part 3 that I don't really know what happens, but I know that she like helps Cloud navigate some stuff. So it's like it's cool that they set it up in Rebirth. This is like the only part of Rebirth where I feel like they took extra time. They went out of their way that wasn't part of the main game to give us, they created some more questions, but they also were like, okay, we're going to foreshadow or help Tifa be able to kind of help Cloud navigate the live stream and do all that stuff in part 3, which is good. So they like set up a reason why Tifa would be able to do that, which is good. But then they asked a bunch of more questions with the whispers. Nuance in social media are like oil and water. You know this. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know. We can't judge the Cloudies that way, you know. Let's see. APTHS. How do you say that? Aphis? I don't know. Athis. The Final Fantasy Files dude. State of play tomorrow. Part 3 title drop? No. It's not happened, man. We're gonna get Final Fantasy, like Jeff Keighley is begging Square Enix. You know how Jeff Keighley, every time he gets like a major get from Japan, he never does this for like a Western development studio. Maybe with Naughty Dog and Intergalactic, he's always like thankful, but it's just culture. So he'll be like, "Thank you so much, Hamaguchi-san," or like Katase-san, for allowing us this amazing privilege to show your game. And or like when he did it with, and I'm not mocking, I'm kind of mocking, but like he just goes out of his way to like shower them with praise when he gets a Eastern developed game that he can do a world premiere at one of his events. But like when it's like the next God of War or something, it's just like, and here's a new world premiere, but like he just gushes all over like From Software. He's like, I cannot, like, my entire life has been culminating to this moment, and that we have Elden Ring. So if he starts gushing, if Keighley starts getting emotional, that's how you know that things are going to happen. So I think that he works behind the scenes to get the announcements for the Game Awards, and Final Fantasy VII Part 3 or whatever they do for the remake is like such a huge announcement. So if they just showed it off in some state of play in the middle of the year, I think it's bigger than that. So I don't think we're going to get anything, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Javier says, don't forget, Claudia also say Aerith is Zach's girl, and they're happy together in the afterlife. Yeah, those two, they both die, and let's forget about them. They're happy together. Okay. It's like you can have crushes on more than one person at the same time. I always lean to one way or the other, but it makes me laugh. It's like Cloud has no emotions towards Aerith, even if like, okay, because we talk about this at the end of the episode where we talk about how Tifa is probably like the canonical ship where they end up together, and like I'm not disputing that. Aerith, spoiler alert, die. She's not around anymore, so it's the same thing with my argument with Zach. It's like he's dead, but there's a period of time where Cloud can look at Aerith and be like, she's actually pretty cool. They won't even give her that. No, that's Zach's girl. Don't even think about it. It's like, okay, I think he was crushing on her. I mean, can you blame him? Alyssa says, because like Jolie brought it up, it did happen in the OG, just was more focused on Cloud in the same events. Okay, so that's implying that they won't do more of that in Part 3, that they're just moving it forward, but we'll have to see. Bigglesworth said, Tifa told Cloud that won't happen to you several times throughout the game. She's just being supportive. That's true. I don't think Tifa saw the future, is what Jolie says, but who knows? When did Tifa see the future? Oh, we're just arguing this. So Javier and Jolie are talking about it. She says, yeah, I just think she was being supportive, determined to help him. Okay, yeah. I don't think she knows more than what she saw. Okay, cool. Yeah. Bigglesworth's talking to Jolie, says, which is why I'm thinking Ernest hasn't seen Chapter 13. He hasn't. We know this now. It's a fact. Show us the trophies, Ernest. Show us the trophies. We need to make it a meme or a shirt. Oh, he definitely has not finished the game. I fell out. Nah. Whisper White controlled by Aerith, and Black but one by Sephiroth, and Tifa the normal one. Yeah, sure. Okay. Whatever. I get that. Like, that's an easy explanation to say that, like, but what was Aerith doing? Was she like sitting up there was Tifa was getting swallowed by the whale? And then she's just like sending out these white whispers, like, go with the planet. Like, I'm communing with with the weapons, and you need to protect Tifa while Sephiroth's trying to harm her or something. It's like, it's not explained. That is a good explanation, but it's not explained to us. So we're just assuming. But he was hitting on some points from the story that may appear later. Yeah, it's like he's actually picking up on some of the stuff, which is good, right? Jolie says, yeah, I don't think Ernest has seen past Cosmo Canyon. Anything he's getting right after that is from guessing. Yeah, which is good, though, that he's actually has theories, right? I think Tifa only got enlightenment for her past and got a glimpse of the battle going in the live stream. Remember, she talks about that with the crew and says the planet is winning. That's right. Separate Gaming says, yeah, Square never makes Sleeping Dogs 2. It's a shame. I played it 3 times. Yeah, I heard it was a good game. But yeah, these are some of the things that they're not doing. They're focusing on their Japanese like development, their Eastern development, which I actually am excited about. I'm glad that they're not. I don't know if Sleeping Dogs might be a Eastern developed team too, but I'm just saying I'm glad that they're getting back to their roots, like Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy. Just give me more Final Fantasy quicker. Development times are too long, so you can't be wasting your time on all this other stuff. Toxic Positivity, the show, says Javier. Jeff has come a long way since the Doritos and Mountain Dew days. That is true. I don't mean to be like I'm mocking him, but he is grateful. He's very thankful when he gets an Eastern developed game or studio that will reveal their game at his show, because, you know, it's a Western market. It's a Western audience. I mean, I know that it's a global audience, but when you get your game at the Game Awards, you know, it's like, do the Final Fantasies and the Dragon Quest, like Dragon Quest goes bananas in Japan. Like when it goes out, it's like a national holiday. Like people can take work off of, you know, when a Dragon Quest is released. And Final Fantasy has like always been bigger in the West, but they still like, you know, have pride that that's their franchise and stuff, you know, and I want them to keep it their franchise, like keep it Eastern. Don't get the Western influences too much. Me and Jolie go back and forth on this, but I agree with Jolie. She talks about how, you know, they should learn Western storytelling principles to make things make more sense, but then also have the fantastical, amazing worlds and cool characters that we love, but then just make the stories wrap up. So we're going to see. They have a chance to do it in part 3. But yeah, he has come a long way. Hopefully, Jeff, I'm telling you, just wait for it in Game Awards. If he starts being all gushy, then he's going to announce a Eastern developed game. Alyssa says, can't have crushes on others when it comes to shipping fantasy, apparently. Nope, you can't. What? Aerith dies? Laugh out loud. No, Aerith! Why? Aerith, why? Well, did she die, guys? Isn't she alive? The diagram says that there's a rainbow universe where she lives. I'm not saying it still. It won't happen to Cloud in part 3. I think it's just separated his moment from moment with it from Tifa's moment in the live stream. Okay, I see what you're saying. So, Separate Gaming says maybe at the end of part 3, Sephiroth faces Cloud, Genesis, and Jill. Zach, laugh out loud. That would be hilarious. They're all back. Genesis, we know the voice actor for Genesis recorded some lines, so who knows what that'll be. Mr. Bigglesworth says, I wish Square Enix had found a better home for the Tomb Raider before cutting it loose. I don't know who has the rights now. I think it was Crystal Dynamics, but I don't know who owns them now. I don't know how to say the name. It's like, I'm going to call you Ape this. The Final Fantasy Files disagree with Jolie. People play and enjoy Japanese games because they like Japaneseness of them. If you get rid of them, then they feel like Western game. That's fair, but I think there's a lot that make it the Japaneseness, and I think the ambiguity and the storytelling not working isn't a Japaneseness. I think it's just bad. So they can learn things from Western development that like do cinematic games. And maybe you disagree with me. Maybe the ambiguity and, you know, is like a hallmark of JRPGs, but I think that's something that they can shed and still keep their identity. I mean, think about it. Storytelling is different across, you know, cultures, but you like you can't just have a story that doesn't resolve or doesn't, you know, I mean, you can, but it's always going to be a ding on it. I don't think it makes your series more beloved or better in any way, right? And I've played other JRPGs that have resolution and do tie up all the knots. So I don't think it's just a Japanese thing. Unfortunately, I think it's a Final Fantasy thing. We talked about this as one of the main story problems, or one of the biggest problems that Final Fantasy has. We made a clip of it a while back, and Jolie talks about Freytag's pyramid, about how, you know, you have a starting whatever, and then the rising climax, and then, you know, the resolution, and they kind of struggle with that resolution part. And video games often struggle with that because the big climactic moment is like the final boss battle, right? And that's what, in storytelling, you have time to let it kind of rest. But in games, you want the most exciting thing to be like the final boss. I've been working towards this moment, you know, because you're actually controlling the characters and you've been leveling people up. So of course it makes sense to have the final boss be the the climax of the game. But the problem is then Jolie talks about how it just gets cut off there. Some other Western games have, given us better resolution where it's not just this big giant thing at the end. But I agree with what you're saying. Like the core spirit, I don't want it to change. I think it should keep their, in your quotes, Japanese-ness of them. Agreed. But I think they can still give us better storytelling. If you get rid of that, then they feel like Western games, we say. That's fair. Separate Gaming says, yeah, like Resident Evil, man, it's like Eastern game with a Western story. Yeah, but that's what makes it cool, right? So sure, like it's a Eastern take on what a Western like horror franchise would be, Like we have The Walking Dead, but then you have, some sort of zombie outbreak thing. I've never played the Resident Evil games. I think I played the remake on GameCube, but yeah. It's got some strong Japanese Eastern feel, which is good. Javier's talking to Separate Gaming. I don't know why. I don't think Genesis or Angeal will be in the re-trilogy. There has been no foreshadowing for them. It would be really random. It would be awesome if Angeal just popped in and talks about dumb apples and says no story is not worth telling. He's got a few lines in Crisis Core that are pretty bad. Even the Japanese gamers don't know what the F is going on. They are just like us. Yeah. I can't stand Genesis, says Alyssa, but him joining the main trilogy again feels like changes made to make the compilation fit the main narrative, not necessarily changing fate. And then ambiguity is not the problem in Trails remake. It's just straightforward, really well told, and I'm grateful, says Bigglesworth. And then Alyssa asks how he's enjoying it. But that's kind of how Tactics is, right? Jolie was talking to me the other night about how many proper nouns are in Tactics, and it's like you kind of have to take the time to get what's going on. But we just finished chapter 1, and I feel like there's some twists and intrigue, but it just feels like a straightforward story, and it's really good. I'm really into what's going on with Ramza and his brothers and, the rebels with Weegraph and stuff. It's just like, because they have a clear story that's just moving forward, then you can get into like the character nuances, You get Weegraph, who's like this honorable rebel who's like, we shouldn't kidnap someone, but then his lieutenants do, and stuff goes wrong, and then you have Dirty Argath, who's just like gross, and it lets his character moment shine rather than us being like, wait, what's happening? Who's that guy again? Wasn't he our friend? And they're not throwing in story shenanigans. It just makes sense, so we can move on with caring about the characters. So as far as like you're enjoying the Trail series, it's just straightforward. Awesome, right? So yeah, it still retains its Japanese-ness, is what we're going to say tonight. It's Asian roots, it's Japanese roots. But it doesn't have to be convoluted and weird just for the sake of it, Because that's our biggest critique of all the Final Fantasy games. It's like, just make it make sense. We love your games. We love and enjoy them, but they always kind of whiff on the storytelling a bit. So, let's see here. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Let's see. Javier says, and by the way, I am with Jolie on the scene of Cloud slashing Tifa. Every time I see that scene, my OCD kicks in. It makes no sense. The sequence is choppy. What? Javier, you're not on my side? When I was ranting and saying, look at the picture. Tifa doesn't die. She's just falling off the cliff. Jolie was very adamant. She would not drop that. That was like my favorite part of the episode. Sepa Gaming says, I just joked. They bring back Zack. Why not Angeal? We know he died. And Genesis, we don't know he's alive or not, but brought back Whis. And why not? There you go. So we'll see. Apethys says, isn't there a feather in Rebirth opener? I don't know. Probably. Bigglesworth and Alyssa, you say, I loved it. You're starting a new game plus today. Okay, so you're enjoying it. Yes, Javier. Thank you. Awesome. Glad you loved it. Genesis at the end of Crisis Core, like kidnapped by Whis. Too many proper nouns and tactics to keep me on track without grok. Yeah, Jolie's been like asking AI to like summarize the story. The English is too high level for our modern senses. Jolie. I didn't understand it, but talking it through with you guys has helped me. So that was really good. It doesn't have to be this way. Mako headache. Yeah, haha. Maybe the English localization is quite brilliant. That said, sometimes I feel like I need to take a nap after decipher its meaning. Yeah, it's true. It's a lot to take in, but I think since I've been going so slowly that it hasn't been a huge issue for me. Anyway, so let's switch on over to desktop here. All right, y'all. We got ourselves this is the leaked PS5 cover of Final Fantasy VII Rebaked. Check it out. Everything will be revealed. We got the logo on the top tier cake. We got the Yorkie dog. We got the Beagle dog. We got the Pug dog. All the universes are coming together, and Barrett's gonna bake this sick cake. Everything's gonna make sense, and this is what it looks like, y'all, right there. What do you think? Shout out to Javier. His Photoshop skills are unmatched, and he like whips these up so quick. What do you guys think? This is what's gonna happen. I think it's pretty good. Pretty good, Javier. Also, let's switch on over to our favorite ship. Speaking of ships, Alyssa made a comment that Javier used the wrong image for this picture. Like what was it? Was it Ramza hugging Delita from behind, or was it the other? I know that he wasn't hugging; he was like holding him back because he was like, "I'm gonna punch Argath" or whatever. But this just feels nice, you know, when they were having a moment. Alyssa says, and Jolie gets her happy endings. The title of the the title is the official. Yeah, that's right. So if we go, sorry, what Javier is talking about, he's saying Final Fantasy VII rebaked here. Okay, so that's the official title that's going to happen. Jolie's going to get her wish, her happy ending. But anyway, back to Ramlita. The birth of Ramlita is when they were hugging. Yeah, that's true. That was from there. But I love this. Shout out to his graphic design skills, guys. Look at the paintbrush stroke into the negative space. Isn't that so good? Because you got the heart, but then it just looks like it was meant to be. And look at this. Look at this. This font manipulation here. Ramlita forever. Stuck the sword right there in the V. Just looks like it was meant to be. Shout out to Javier. He's actually a really good graphic designer. Ramlita forever. And then this is what all the art that I had to showcase, but then Javier just dropped some more. He made some Funko Pops. Here, let's go to here. He made some Funko Pops of each of us. What do you guys think? These are pretty good. I was like, how did you do these? I'm like, did you have AI do these? He was like, nope. He just did everything in Photoshop. I was like, did you model my hair? That's like good. Look at my hair right now, guys. Check that out. He's got my hair down, y'all. Yeah, see? So nice. It's like rendered in 3D. It's got the lighting and stuff. I've got the Buster Sword. He knows who to give the sword to. Thank you, Javier. Yeah, the shrug for Jolie is perfect as well. Javier says, like, Jolie's inner nonchalant, like, make it make sense, Square. What's going on? And it's got Final Fantasy VII rebaked here. And then Ernest, I just think Ernest looks so rad because that's totally his hairstyle. He just pulls it back and he's got like shaved on the sides. I'm like, that's so Ernest. It's weird. I've never been a fan of like the Funko Pops design because always, like, I've got little figures, you know. I don't have a ton, but I have like Amiibo and my Gundam figures. And Jolie's got all her stuff behind her, but I'm always like, they all look the same. It's like the same square jaw face, you know. But this is proving me wrong that they're not this way. But so shout out to Javier for making it this way. But I never liked the Funko Pops, but this is pretty good. I like how you can tell who each of us are from little character differences. So I feel Javier said this in chat. He said, you know you've made it when you've got a Funko Pop of yourself. But here's the sad truth. Did you guys hear that Funko Pop's like probably going out of business? So maybe we've made it because we have a Funko Pop, but you know, right now it's just us pretending to be, you know, famous or whatever. We're not famous. Dude, I'll also shout out, thanks for making me tall. Or is it just my hair? But I am pretty tall. What's up, Toolman? Toolman coming in. An hour into the stream. Release the trophy list. We don't talk that much openly. I should just tell him to make them public. But I feel weird. There was a time, I don't know at the beginning of the episodes, but I challenged Ernest to like finish the game. I'm like we're talking about it, man. Like it'd be good if you finished it, you know? And I've given up on that. And I think I've told you this before. But I was thinking like, oh, Ernest is going to finish it. I committed him to do it. He said he would do it. No, that went. He didn't do any of that. So he's not doing that. He's just playing it at his own pace. And I think he'll just do it every time we record an episode. But yeah. Anyway, made me laugh because I want to know where he's at. If the trophies are there, then we'll at least know that he's been playing along with us. If he keeps them hidden, then we don't know. Then we have to come up with these wild theories like he's not playing the game with us. And you know, I don't want to even have that thought in my head. So release the trophy list. Toolman, I agree. Yeah, great work, Javier. These are awesome. Yeah, super good. The gray hair, he had to make Ernest from scratch. So he said he used like a template and he used like Kramer's hair for my hair, but then he like added a beard and put all these things on me. It's just awesome. Looks so good. Jolie's hair, so good. Ernest, he like had to make it from scratch. So shout out Javier. By the way, I hate Funko Pops. It's simple to edit them. Yeah, okay, cool. So we're the same. That's how I know you're a true artist, because I also don't like Funko Pops. It's okay if you have them. I think it's cool to have. They're like cool collectors, but I always just think that they're low effort art design. Alyssa said, I did see it on Instagram, but Ernest did post a short from today's episode. He did, yeah. Well, I gave him shorts, and that's the first short that I think he's made. His Palpatine quote. Oh, there's so many inside jokes, Alyssa, about that. Because we make fun of Ernest for doing outside movie references all the time, and obviously, if you've watched the episode, we say like, okay, like yeah, we'll give you this one because it is kind of very, you know, Cloud goes to the dark side, and Sephiroth's like, let the hate flow through you. But Ernest was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to choose. So good for Ernest. Make them public. The world is ready. He may or may not have started chapter 10, Spencer. That's the best we're going to get. We're never going to know. Kramer's hair, lava, that makes it even better. Yeah. Should I just fling open the door? I've watched Seinfeld. This chapter was packed with so many memorable moments. Speaking of that, let's switch on over here. Let me see. Okay. So I got... Thank you, everyone. Round of applause for Javier. Yes. Very good, Javier. You're very talented. And hey, I'm willing to showcase anyone's fan art. So if you want to submit it, you guys can... He always just sends it to me on Twitter. So he DMs me on Twitter with these things. So you can DM me on Twitter if you want. Or you can send it to Spencer at FinalFantasyFiles.com. Although we did get the shirt shipped out to you, Alyssa. So you'll be the first ever person to receive a shirt from the Final Fantasy Files. Our first merch goes to Alyssa. other than Jolie. See, here we go. This is what you'll be rocking. Ernest just made shirts before we had any viewers. So anyway, yeah, this is a good freeze frame, Joe. You're not doing anything explicit. What's wrong with this freeze frame? You're so pretty. I'm cool. We're gonna let you talk. Okay, I will let you talk. Here, is this better?
My interpretation.
How's that? Is that better? Your hands are flinging around. I just have it saved to the part where we're going to talk about it. She's throwing up signs, guys. We're going to get demonetized for sure. What I'm trying to say is that Alyssa, we did send out your shirt, but when you emailed Spencer at Final Fantasy Files, it went to my spam folder, and then also Javier emailed me with some fan art, and it went to my spam folder. I found both of them, but it was like, oh, this is how I find you. But I found both of them, so it works. But if you want to be featured with any fan art or something that's silly, go ahead and send it to me, and we'll do it on the stream. Bigsworth says, she's talking to Jolie, fave quote from you today is, we don't know if they'll pay it all off or they just suck. That's right. That's the one you clipped. It was very funny. Okay. So switching gears. Anyway, good job, Javier. We are going to go over a few things from the episode. So if you guys haven't seen or don't know, Jolie just released the latest episode of our Chapter 9 Deep Dive Part 3. It's about how long? It's 3 hours and 17 minutes long. So it's actually a shorter episode by our standards. Go check it out. It's awesome. It's a really good conversation about Tifa and what happens to her after Cloud kind of loses it. So we talk about Cloud kind of losing it, Sephiroth, asserting his control over Cloud, and the kind of crazy stuff that happens while Tifa's in the live stream and the aftermath of that. So Ernest, Jolie, and I have a good conversation. I think it's one of our better conversations yet. It's entertaining, but it's informative. And you guys can laugh about how many things of our theory crafting we get wrong. But anyway, enjoy it. You should take a look. Awesome. Z Sage says, I'm still making my way through the previous episode. Okay, cool. Yeah, they're big episodes, so take your time. I used to listen to MinMax's deep dives on, they do it on lots of other games, but they did it on Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, but I would listen to them periodically throughout the days or weeks, as I would, listen to them as a podcast, 30-minute chunks here, and then I'd go do something, and then 30-minute chunks. So very cool. Jelly says, let's see. Haha, sometimes I'm a bit harsh, but really just honest. That's true. Jelly's never going to mince words. Javier says, those devs sure give us food to be preoccupied and mad at the choices the story is portrayed. Yeah, well. Anyway, so let's get into it. I talked about this a few streams ago, but I was talking about my problems with the Whispers. And so my big hang up is all the changes that the stories have been making. I think it's just kind of too ambiguous to make sense right now. And I know Part 3 can change that, and hopefully that it does. But I think this is just more questions than answers. So let's kind of talk about it.
But I don't know. It could be something else. The Whispers are very weird.
I have issues with the Whispers in Rebirth.
Yeah.
We'll go into it in a second.
I kind of like them.
They don't make a lot of sense.
You got here just in time.
The first game in Remake, it made a ton of sense. Well, it didn't make a ton of sense until the end, and you're like, okay, that was their purpose, right?
Right.
But then in this game, it's like we're bringing them back, and now they're not doing what were designed to do. Like this is in Remake, and he's describing what the Whispers are to the party, right?
Arbiters of fate.
Perhaps best described as arbiters of fate. They are drawn to those who attempt to alter destiny's course and ensure they do not.
This is Red saying.
Okay, so that's like the famous Red line, right? They're arbiters of fate. They're drawn to those that try to alter fate's course, right? And they make sure that it doesn't happen. So it's like that's what their definition. And people, I've said this a bunch on stream, that Red didn't know everything, and that's fine. Aerith never tells us what they are. It's always people speaking, that he says like he got his knowledge of the Whispers when Aerith reached out to him, which is like, okay, so does Aerith know what's going on, but she just doesn't tell us? The only definition that we have is like our prophet Red here for a little bit, right? He's telling us about the Arbiter's fate. At the end battle, he's talking to us about how like Advent Children is the bad ending. That's what happens if we don't win here today. All these things that are setting up the big change, the big twist about the remake trilogies, right? So we kind of have to, that was like the big pill to swallow at the end of Remake, and everyone was like, ugh. these weird whispers have been here since chapter 2, and it didn't make a lot of sense, but we're getting definitions for them. And I know that they're gray and that the new ones in Rebirth are white and black, but I'm going into this thinking this was their definition. So forgive me for thinking that like what they're doing here doesn't really show off, that doesn't adhere to the definition that was presented to us, right? In this section of Rebirth, they're just kind of like surrounding Tifa and this weapon, but like these events didn't even take place in the first game. So maybe once we created a new timeline or a new fate, or when we beat the Harbinger of Fate or whatever in Remake, maybe this allows for Tifa to have this experience which she didn't have in this way. Maybe that's a way to portray that. But the Arbiters or the Whispers don't seem like they're trying to prevent fate from happening. They're fighting each other. I know that they're different, right? But it's not explained to us.
Saying that, right? And he gains this knowledge when Aerith touches him or whatever.
When Aerith reached out to me, I found this knowledge of the Whispers.
So Aerith like kind of knows before Rebirth what these Whispers are, but then they defeat fate, and we have a new timeline created. And it like in my mind, in my simple Back to the Future, there's just two different stories happening simultaneously.
Prior to this point in time, somewhere in the
Back to the
past,
Future.
the timeline skewed into this tangent, creating an alternate 1985. Alternate to you.
Okay, Toolman, you'll have to let me know, because I still don't think it really makes a ton of sense.
Reality for everyone else.
It's like the Whispers literally vanish in that game. Zack can see them in the first game, and they're surrounding Midgar. And when we beat Fate, Whispers are gone. Now they're back, and they're doing shenanigans. It's like they're pretending to be Sephiroth, and it's like, wait, I thought they were trying to like prevent those people who were trying to like alter change
the
fate,
destiny or whatever.
But what does this have anything to do? It's like, okay, like
Who knows?
Okay, Cloud is fully possessed by Sephiroth, so now like the Whispers don't need to be there.
Right.
By the way, is this in the original game? I don't know. Is this
No,
like
Whispers are totally new to Remake.
obviously Whispers, but like Cloud fighting Tifa or her falling into Maka?
Oh no, all of this stuff.
Right. This is new.
This particular scene is all pretty much brand new, and I'll walk through like some of what the similarities are.
Okay, so I'm looking at chat. Toolman says they don't explain much well in this chapter, but it also kind of makes sense. But like to me, it doesn't make sense. And so it's okay. I am asking for chat's help. You guys can help me out. And I might push back on the answers you give me. So bear with me, because I think like, oh yeah, you say it kind of makes sense, but it doesn't really to me. If we, from your explanations that like the Black Whispers were taken over or absorbed by Sephiroth at the end of the battle, and that he has some of them, but then there's the White Whispers that are controlled by Aerith, and the gray ones are just gone because we beat them. It's like, okay, I can accept the fact that the Whispers are back and they have different motives now, because it's kind of like that's the part that makes sense to me just because I can view it with my own eyes. It doesn't make sense in a storytelling perspective. It just makes sense because I've seen them, and I'm like, okay, I have to infer some things that are happening. So what do I have to infer when the weapon whales are swimming around and they're fighting each other? It's like, okay, there's new Whispers, I guess, and I just have to run with it. Javier says, I think Remake Aerith is a conduct, like, is there saying conduit or conduct for the planet and the so-called Omni Aerith, so she doesn't necessarily know everything, at least is not consciously. Also, her memories have been deleted on Remake after that. Yeah, Max Dude literally did this with the chalkboard. It's like, okay, I'm okay with chalkboards and analysis after the fact, but if like we're playing these games, our biggest contention is that it shouldn't need a chalkboard explanation. You should be able to understand this without that. Toolman says the segment with Tifa is a correction meant to bring her trust in Cloud back because it's important to the future. Sephiroth is breaking off from Fate and compelling Cloud to attack her. Yeah, okay, so I argue that in these clips. I'm saying like Sephiroth's goal is to attack her, right? But then like, are they just, so the Whispers are, so now the Whispers are under Sephiroth's control. So he's saying like they're still arbiters of fate, but they're like now working for whatever fate Sephiroth wants to come to fruition. And the same with Aerith. So Aerith is like sending out the White Whisperers to protect the events to make sure that they happen. See how it's still kind of confusing? It's like it makes sense, but it's still kind of weird. I get what you're saying, Toolman. So I was never satisfied with the mechanics of the Whisperers, even in Remake. So Rebirth Whisperers, by comparison, were not a letdown. I gotta watch the episode, but I believe it's Nanaki in chapter that says you escape from one fate, but maybe you are now bound to another one. Right, but I'm saying in this part of the Whispers, they're not trying to prevent something from happening. I mean, I guess like the White Whispers are trying to prevent Sephiroth from hurting Tifa. But like before, if we look at what the Gray Whispers were doing in the original in Remake, right? It was like there were things that were happening, you know, like simple stuff. Like Jessie's not supposed to go on the bombing run, right? She gets hurt, and then it has to be the OG party, you know, that switches it lines it back up with what we know, right? Or Barrett, the big example in Remake, Barrett dies, but the Whispers are like, no, like you're fine, like we're gonna bring you back to life. You know, it's like they have that much power. And then this one, it's just like they're just swarming around, and it's like we don't even, in the original, right, we didn't even know that the weapons were these babies, these whales, right, because they get bigger and turn into the other ones. But we're just supposed to assume that like they're trying to keep this new fate from or they want it to happen. I don't know. So my mind is open to the fact that like you have two desires. You have Sephiroth's desire and you have Aerith's desire. But I'm going off that just from your explanation. Nothing about the game says that this is like under Aerith's control. A little bit of it says they're under Sephiroth's control just because they're hanging around him, you know. But that's about it. Let's see. Yeah, so Toolman says maybe there's two fates now at play. White and black struggling for control. Yeah, I guess. But then at the end of the game, it's like, why? Like, does Aerith needs to die because the White Whispers are trying to prevent Cloud from going there? That's like when they're acting like normally again. It's like they become arbiters of fate. But I feel like in this scene, they're not. So let's play it out. I think I know what's going on with the Whisperers, but you are 100% right. The game doesn't explain shiz. Nice, you got it through the censor. I know because of external media. Yeah, it's because we're terminally online and we talk about this all the time. It's not because of what the game's told us. I think it's fun to theory craft and to talk about this outside of the game. That's why that can be fun, but if it's too obscure, then it can be a little bit annoying. Remember, the Re-Trilogy is grabbing the canonized elements from the compilations, so the answers lie there, but it's not obvious. Right. I just felt like the Whispers were there to keep Fate on track, but now we have to assume that these new Whispers are trying to maintain a fate that is something that we don't know, right? Because this is the unknown journey. This didn't happen in the original, so it's not like they're trying to course correct or anything because this never happened. Alyssa says, ultimately, I think it's bad storytelling for an individual game, but even then, the Whisper's purpose and change can't be explained until part 3. No matter what, for Rebirth, they are unclear. Yeah. Cloud seems to have some new understanding of Whispers as they approach the Forgotten Capital. Maybe he can fill us in. Okay, when we get there, we'll talk about it. And that is a big problem. The game, or more like the devs, assume you have knowledge of compilation books, magazines, and all games. Yes, you should not have required reading. Your core game should stand alone. I always say this. They can be additive. They can be things that can be add on to your enjoyment, but they should not be imperative to your understanding of the property. Toolman says they do kind of say it, but that's in the future. Okay, cool. That's fine. We'll keep going with it. Like, yes, we see the sides they've taken, been controlled by, but for an explanation for the player without inference, it's bad storytelling. Paslova says, I think the Whisper's role is shifting as the game goes forward. So we are always left wondering what they are and will never be able to answer before part 3 is released. Yeah, but see, Pasilova, this is the problem. It's like so. I talk about how they were clearly defined in Remake, as clearly defined as they can be, right? And now their purpose is shifting. It just feels like it's a writer. Like, it takes me out of it because I kind of accepted the fact that, oh, there's this mysterious like whisper thing in Remake. What's going on? And that was like the whole climax of the first game. And then you're like, mind blown, like Zack's alive. All this stuff is changing. Like, things could change in Rebirth. And then Rebirth, things don't really change. They don't commit to anything. So it's like the whispers can now be used in their role shifts a little bit. And it just feels like, well, we can just use the whispers however we want. They don't have to be clearly defined because it's a nice writer's tool for us to kind of get out of weird scenarios that we put ourselves in. That's what it feels like to me. And I think that's really bad because whenever you draw the attention to like the way your writing style rather than it just being a story, it's like, oh, the writers, the developers are trying to do something cheeky right here rather than us just being immersed in it, right? If it ever pulls you out, that's a fail because then you're like, all right, like now they're just using it for this. Anyway, that's what I think. White Whispers are controlled by the planet, not necessarily Aerith, and Aerith is in control of its mythical Omni Aerith, yet we haven't seen her explicitly. Yeah, like that, I get that because of the conversations we've had, right? But as far as like my knowledge of the games, it's pretty slim. I'm like, okay, this Omni Aerith who's bouncing between worlds, we kind of see that towards the end, but I'm like, I don't know. I just know some Aerith wanted to give Cloud the white materia that wasn't clear. You are right here. They aren't done well, but they do pepper just enough clues in to not be completely unexplained. It's as if they say half-baked. Good thing it's going to be rebaked. But plot contrivance ghosts. Yeah. Okay, so let's keep going.
But there's not many.
But this is my point. My point is that they're making it more ambiguous and ridiculous. Like I have issues with the whisper throughout this whole game. There's this like ambiguity that doesn't make any sense about these whispers because they were clearly defined in the first game and now they are no longer adhering to that definition. And
do you guys like how I just say the same things? you come to watch me stream and then I'm like, let's watch this video of me explaining the exact same thing that I just explained. Deal with it, okay? I want to get Jolie and Ernest's thoughts in here too.
And that bothers me.
Right.
Right.
It's like they set up rules
Yes.
for this world and then they broke their own rules, but didn't establish new rules. So everybody's confused at what the rules even are.
And we're just supposed to accept that it might be explained to us soon.
I have a theory on the whispers, but I'll talk about it later when we
Tell
get to
us,
the point
Ernest.
where they're in the live stream.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Because I think that actually gives more insight into the purpose of the whispers in this world or in this timeline.
Right. And like to the commenters that like will have an answer as to what the whispers are, at least hear me out and know that they were clearly defined in the first game and they're acting differently in this. And you could say, well, they're new. There's white ones and there's black ones and they have an orb or whatever, you know.
And the whispers really come into play a lot more in this particular chapter too. I mean, this is actually the first time we see them again since Remake is in chapter 9, and we see them quite a bit in a little bit here too.
Yeah.
But for this point in time, so Sephiroth has clearly won Cloud's mind, and
Let's see here. Yeah.
Tifa's talking to Cloud, and Tifa knows it. She can tell that Cloud is not himself.
Toolman says Spencer is actually more right than he knows. I don't know about that, Toolman. I don't know. It make sense, right? Let's see here. Tifa's journey through this. Yeah, let's see. Sephiroth. Okay, let's jump over here. Then we get these whispers here. This is when Tifa. We're fast forwarding to the part where Tifa's like in the live stream and more whisper shenanigans are happening.
Or something.
Oh, I didn't see it that way at all.
This was not clear to me when I first saw it. This is me going back and rewatching scenes sometimes.
Now
in
there's
slow motion.
more
If it
whispers.
sounds confusing, it's because it is.
Yeah.
I literally had to rewatch this scene multiple times to understand what had changed after the orb. And that's the best I can tell, okay? So
Jolie's saying that the weapon like shouted out this orb or like this shout like a Dragonborn shout from Skyrim or something, and then all of a sudden the black whispers like went away.
So the orb allowed the mixing in the swarm, right? But again, I can also say that I totally missed that during my playthrough, and I bet others did too, which means that it's not visually clear enough. If they want that to be what we're thinking and processing, they need to make that very, very clear visually, which I don't think they did. And in case there was any doubt, which there absolutely was, we hear Tifa's voice ask,
Are the whispers fighting?
so apparently these black and white whispers don't play on the same team, right?
Okay, so
And the
Jolie
way
got
that they
that.
fight
They're
is
different.
by flying around each other.
We're figuring it out,
And
Toolman.
eventually, it looks like the swarm of black and white whispers like swim off, like maybe trying to imply that the white whispers chased the black whispers to some other location, to another cavern or something. And so again, what is happening? And then Tifa asks,
Where are we?
and the two weapon whales, accompanied by some white whispers again, who hadn't joined the swarm, they swim forward. So not all the white whispers went to fight the black whispers. There's some that lingered behind.
Yeah, that's fair, Pasilova. I get. It's like Mr. Bigglesworth says, the goal of the whispers is to make things go according to plan. Why are they visible? Seems self-defeating, right? Because, I mean, I think it would be weird if like Barrett died in the first game and all of a sudden he just comes back to life and we don't see any weird ghosty thing resurrecting him, right? It's a very on the nose, like you have to pay attention to these ghosts. We made them ethereal and weird and very noticeable because they want to bring attention to the story changes that they're making. This is like my whole problem with the part 3 thing is like they're setting up all this thing of like it changing, but then they say we're not going to change from the original, we're not going to deviate too much, right? So it's like if you're not going to deviate too much, then why even do this whole shtick like whisper stuff, right? But anyway, Toolman says this is another 6-hour topic in itself. Yeah, I know, right? Ernest was really good with the scene with the whispers and Sephiroth. Yeah, he did. See, this was like all just off the top. Like this was his instinctual, because I don't think he consumes stuff online. I don't think he's talking to people. I don't think he's reading stuff of what people say. So this was just from his mind of just what he thought was going on. And it's like the antibodies. He thinks the white whispers are like the antibodies of the planet, which is like a cool way to think about it. Like if in the body, if you have like a foreign contaminant or, a disease, that your antibodies go and try to protect it. And that makes sense, and Jolie and I come around on it. But Paslova says the game's, yeah, sorry, I read that already. But yeah, it does help us, Tifa's like, what are they doing? Are the whispers fighting? That's the developer's way of saying like, the whispers are different now. Yeah, he has some good takes here.
I know. This is like even
fine.
Explaining this, it's just like, oh my gosh.
No, explain it. Give as much context to our audience as the developers gave us. That's
Yeah,
great.
Right. But I'm trying to give you more visual context because some of these shots are really hard to decipher or really quick. Like I went through and I watched these in slow motion multiple times. Okay, so then there's more green light streaks ahead, and Tifa wonders,
The live stream?
which we assume we're associated with.
I don't know what
probably
the
are
live
in
stream is.
And we follow these live stream.
Is it actually in the planet's core, or is this all just
man-made
dream-like?
structures affixed to some of the cliffs that we see? Specifically, there's a house on the left, a water tower in the middle, and a long rope bridge on the right. And everything is masked in a glittery, like greenish hue. And then we have the option to select one of those 3 locations. And those of us who have played the original game, or even those who just remember the first chapter, will probably recognize these locations.
Yeah, Toolman says this is also a really bad scene about actually making the black and white whispers look different. Yeah, in some shots it's a little bit weird, right? Deus Ex Makona instead of Machina, it's the Mako. I love it. Okay, let me skip ahead. So I'm trying to think. There's a few more parts where we talk about. Let's see here. I don't know if I talk about it a little bit later, but yeah, we're talking about when Sephiroth attacks, right? But so Cloud and Tifa have their little conversation, and then we we got to fight Sephiroth here.
The events that just took place
They were just crazy.
was frantic, Cloud's going nuts, and then she falls in, and then we're treated to this calm serenity feeling where we're going through. It's like, okay, yeah, it's a great tone shift.
Yeah, it's a great tone transition. And that's actually a really good thing to do when you're doing any kind of visual narrative, like a game,
Yeah.
a movie.
They just
anything
look
like that, or a
green,
play.
Toolman.
It really makes you pay attention.
You don't want everything to be the same note of emotion or the same note of pace all the time.
No, I
There's
haven't
where
seen that,
people
Javier.
are with that particular emotion or pace or tone. So to have some diversity and like speed things up, slow things down, that's way better. It also makes the more chaotic scenes feel more chaotic and the calmer scenes feel more calm.
Yeah.
Same thing with humor. You add humor here and there, right? Form of Black Whispers,
Okay.
there's this glowing purple light that turns out to be Sephiroth. Dun dun dun.
Okay, so I'm naive when Sephiroth, like, this isn't actually Sephiroth, right? Or is it Sephiroth? Because I don't know, at Nibelheim or like, okay, spoilers for OG Final Fantasy VII that I actually don't know a lot about. You've been warned. As far as I know, like, the events of the stuff that we see in chapter 1 of Rebirth, right, all happen. Where Sephiroth loses it, he learns about Genova, he goes to like free her or whatever at the reactor. Tifa gets cut, all that stuff. But then like the big twist, right, is like Cloud crawls his way back up after the Nibelheim's burned down, right? And then doesn't he like throw Sephiroth into the live stream or the Mako, like at the reactor, and like effectively kills Sephiroth early on, right? I don't know. I mean, you can tell me in chat or not, but it's like, so Sephiroth proper, like his physical form, isn't around the whole game. It's just like Genova cells, like manipulating clones, and Sephiroth might be asserting some sort of his will because he's had Genova clones since he was born, while he's like chilling out in the Northern Crater or something, or in the live stream, right? It's like, okay, so then this part happens. Is this Sephiroth? Because we're in the live stream and he's in the live stream, right? Or he's in the Mako, at least. I don't know. That's Alyssa says, okay, Toolman says, if you've played the OG, then it makes more sense. So it's hard to explain it. Haha. Yeah, okay. Javier, that sounds like compilation stuff. Exactly, Toolman, but not just OG. The same time where Rebirth ends, if you're playing the OG for the first time, you're still left with a ton of questions. You just don't know. You just don't know you have them. Right. Okay. So anyway, I know some events that happen, but I don't know how it all takes place. But I'm thinking like Sephiroth is like, we've never seen the actual Sephiroth, or are we seeing the actual Sephiroth because in the remake games, he's a future Sephiroth? But I would have no context of a future Sephiroth if it was not for all the theory crafting that goes online, right? I'm just this naive guy who's never played the original, and I'm jumping in. I was going to play the original and try and educate myself, but I think it's good to have my perspective, because if I don't play the original, I can just give you my opinions based off of like just tangential information that Jolie gives me, or just going in blind as a new fan, right? Toolman says, the way see this, the whales are trying to show Tifa bits of the past in order to help her journey for the future. Sephiroth appears here to prevent her from seeing a key part of the past. Yeah, I think that's his motivation, right? But like, Sephiroth stopped, like, is this future Sephiroth? Is this Sephiroth that's chilling in the live stream? Is this a Genova clone? This is Sephiroth, right? Because I guess he's in charge of the Black Whispers. It's basically a tech demo movie, but the concepts of Final Fantasy VII are attached to that movie. Oh, you're talking about Spirits Within. There's a meteor, aliens like the Gi that are ghosts, and the live stream is just a thing, a tool for them to free them. Right, but it's like this, we're physically swimming. Like, we know that the weapons, the way I'm seeing this play out is like, we see, at North Corel reactor, we see the weapon for the first time, like, come out of the broken reactor, right? And it does that big whale like dive, and Yuffie freaks out. So it's like, okay, crazy, you know. There are these weapons that are like swimming in the planet's core, And the whole game has been about sucking the planet dry with Mako. So this makes me feel like this is an actual physical representation of the planet. Like somewhere deep down in the planet's core, like this is what it's like, that the weapons are actually swimming down there, right? And that it's full of green like Mako, and then the live stream is that, you know, those ribbons of light that are green that are kind of, you know, streaming through it. That's my understanding. I could be wrong. The multiple Sephiroth stuff is very badly translated to English. There are all nuance with pronouns in the Japanese that doesn't have a direct translation to English, so it was lost on, as you say. Okay. Pasilova says Sephiroth seems oddly healthy in the ocean. I think it's just some spiritual manifestation shenanigans, right? But then Sephiroth's like some baddie, so he could just be fine in the ocean, right? He could just be there, because like we saw if he's not swimming around in the ocean, it's just spiritual manifestation stuff. Are the whales actually swimming around in there? I say the whales, but the weapons. Yeah, Alyssa, we need the professor from Spirit Within to explain the live stream in part 3. Laugh out loud, Javier. When even he may have some trouble with all of this. Javier says, my controversial take on Sephiroth is that 90% of his appearance in the game is Genova. Spencer must have seen my tweet about why this place looks different from the live stream worlds we see with Zach. The green filter. I must have, Toolman. Yeah, it's just okay. I'm confused. Do you blame me for being confused? Right? Does the game not want me? Does it want me to understand this, or does it want me just to take it on faith that I should just be okay with this and that they're going to answer these questions? Because if they don't answer these questions, maybe people like you guys that have been play the OG and understand it will be satisfied with part 3, and maybe people like Maximilian dude who's on a chalkboard telling everybody about what's going on. It's like he'll be satisfied, but my contention is these remakes are more for those people and not for newcomers. Newcomers can enjoy the story, yes, but I think they're a little bit intellectually dishonest with themselves if they think that everybody can understand what's going on from the get-go. That's fine. Sometimes you need to like a repeat viewing or a rereading of something to get everything.
Right. And then Sephiroth's theme music motif actually starts playing in the background as he holds up his katana.
Matsamune.
Matsamune!
Okay, Toolman says everyone's confused.
Sephiroth?
So he holds up his katana. He's ready to strike, I guess. And then he like zooms forward at the whale and he punctures its materia belly, narrowly missing Tifa inside. And that's when Tifa starts to choke like she can't breathe. And upon watching it more closely,
Me and Jolie argue whether or not Sephiroth is trying to hurt Tifa. I think he is. Jolie just thinks that he's just trying to not hit her. I don't know. I don't know what your take was, Jolie. I'm trying to find. There's a little bit.
physically
Yes. Let me
cause
skip.
harm and injury. So Weapon Whale once
It did make sense, like the white whispers, the dark whispers,
Yeah,
the
zero.
light versus the dark. The fact that when they cut the weapon, white whispers came out of it is telling me that it reminds me of white blood cell immune response to an infection.
It's a gold take.
And the same like a platelet response to a wound when someone's cut. It's the planet fighting for its life against a virus
Interesting.
in a blood cell light versus dark theme is what they were putting together here.
And it kind of portrays that like the white whispers, they're derived from the planet, from the weapons.
Right.
They're derived from the planet and they are the antibodies.
Whereas the dark ones are like the virus or something.
Maybe they're corrupted by Sephiroth, like they once were white, or they are totally just always been with him.
That's a really interesting idea.
Right,
I like that.
It also makes
Pretty
sense when you
interesting.
see them in the first scene where you send that orb out and then as they kind of touch, they consume each other almost in a way. Is kind of like how a response would happen in the human body, right? The antibodies would latch onto the cells, functionally break down their cell walls and just cause them to dissolve, right?
That's interesting. Like it's literally the live stream is the bloodstream of the
Right.
planet.
Yeah, it's like his body. Yeah.
And mind you, this is happening in the live stream, right? With all these memories in there at the same time. And I also found it interesting that with Tifa's memories, because it reminded me of Final Fantasy 16, when you go off into that weird area where Ultima is and you're seeing all these floating.
Staircases
Yeah, he did a good job.
and
He was
things,
like
some
involved
weird
in the
stuff. And
conversation.
to me, it was like, why not just have these memories just kind of appearing like a projection in the live stream? Why have them on floating pieces of rock? And I think there's two reasons to that. One of them is it's trying to show you that you are floating through the
Yeah,
earth,
there you go.
right?
Sorry.
There's like a
This is
physical
the preview, man.
manifestation, like you're in a physical location.
But also, I want to say that it's showing that those memories are anchored to the planet and to the live stream. And
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
Tifa being Cloud's anchor, like that's like the link right there all the way to the source, right? And
She is, man.
that's why Sephiroth is so after her. He doesn't have the power yet to like
Right.
take her out himself,
Yes.
but he knows that she is the link that's keeping Cloud tied to that planet and that live stream.
Yeah.
And if he can sever that link, his chance at success is
Right.
there.
I think that's totally feasible, that's what they're trying to communicate here. Whether or not they've communicated that
Yeah.
is another question.
Sure.
Because I really like that idea, like the antibody response and
But
stuff.
I think that's their intention.
I read a lot of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you read about this? And this
No, I'm saying I read a lot in
Jolie's like, did you read that theory online and not come up with it yourself?
to things, right? Like when I'm experiencing the game, I'm like, what are they trying to tell me here? Like, what is the story that's going on? And I'm trying to put it all together. Like, where did they draw their inspiration and what are they trying to tell me in this sequence? And to me, this was their way of telling me the planet is having an immune response against
Yeah.
what's happening.
But I mean, I got to ask you guys a question. Like, why do you think they focus so much on the add-ons to the story that weren't in the original? Why do they keep having these moments with Tifa? Right? We got to think of like the writer's incentive as, you know, they're writing the story. And it's like,
Right.
why do they want us to doubt her? Why do they want us to even have that thought in our head? Like Cloud is concerned with Tifa. And it's always in conjunction with Sephiroth, right? Messing with Cloud's head. Going back to the memories when she's on the water tower, that famous scene is like, you need to save me.
Promise, you'll come and save me.
And then she says it again, like when Cloud's on the bridge.
Cloud, please. I need you.
It's very on the nose in this moment because literally Cloud just did the opposite and it makes you kind of feel bad as a
Right.
player. It's like
Right.
you promised that you would save Tifa and then you tried to murder her. But it makes
Yeah.
it feel like worse because it's like, no, the real Cloud would have saved her. But when he was under Sephiroth's control, he's doing the exact opposite. And Cloud and Sephiroth are like at odds with each other. You know, obviously Sephiroth's goals are going to conflict with what Cloud wants, you know?
Yeah, interesting.
To even take that a little further, remember this entire thing is happening under the context of a Jonah and the whale story, right? So something is fundamentally changing with her in this moment, right?
Totally.
And so when this scene ends, and I know we're getting to there, the woman that entered that weapon's mouth is not the same as the one that exited that whale's mouth.
Yeah.
And not the way that Sephiroth is trying to convince Cloud.
Right.
Quite the opposite, as a matter of
Yep.
fact. So to me, this was a powerful series of sequences to put together, like what's happening.
It's right. It's like she has like the spiritual awakening with inside the whale.
It is.
Right?
It's a spiritual awakening.
But then you have like this villain that's trying to stop it from happening, right?
Yeah.
Let me catch up on chat. Yeah, Ernest pops off here. He does a great job. He's got some good takes when, like, you know, when we talk about the side quests, maybe he doesn't want to talk about those things when on the, you know, podcast. But when it comes to the critical path, he's got a good take. And I think that's true. I do think that it makes sense from just a visual standpoint when you're playing the game that this is probably what's happening, right? That the planet has one intention and then the virus or the black whispers, Sephiroth whispers have another one, right? Yeah. Let's see. Toolman says I need to watch this episode because Ernest is popping off here. How come they're black versus white, not white? Why not purple versus green? Javier says I agree with Spencer. The whispers are soldiers now. One for Genova, former tools of Arbiters of Fate, and new replacements from the former Arbiters of Fate tools, now white. Joshua Coons, what's up, Josh? He says, for that to be true, then you have to agree that there's a future Sephiroth. Yeah, and this is the problem, because it's like, there's a whole camp now that's saying there's no such thing as the future Sephiroth or the Omni-Aerith or whatever they're setting up, you know, it's all just it's all in Cloud's head, right? But then all this extra stuff that they're doing is implying that there are future type Sephiroths that are trying to manipulate these things that didn't happen in the original, right? Alyssa says Tifa likes wanting to be saved too much. She just wants to be saved. Josh also says a Sephiroth that knows about OG timeline like Aerith did in Remake. Yeah, so it's like, you know, or a Sephiroth that knows about OG timeline. So maybe it's not future, but there has to be some type of Sephiroth that knows what's going on. Because for that to be true, then he wouldn't be trying to stop Tifa from having this moment. Because then that implies that he knows that Tifa's going to be critical to helping Cloud in part 3. Pasilova says, I like how they make Tifa become stronger gradually. In the OG, she just falls into a live stream with Cloud and they figure things out together. Now she has the experience, will be his guide. Yes, this is very good. And I make this point in the episode. And I just think because we know what's going to happen in part 3, this is cool that it's not just, doesn't all just happen in part 3. And I think Alyssa was talking about this, how she doesn't know if they're going to do it differently now that she's already fallen into the Mako or the live stream, or if they're going to redo that thing with her and Cloud. I mean, that's going to happen in part 3, right? But she has the tools now. She's better equipped to help Cloud because she's been here. Alyssa says, even if she can save herself, that's my biggest annoyance with her. Yeah, we don't have to get into Tifa now. Yes, she can save herself, but she's always asking to be saved. Javier's talking to Bigglesworth. You're saying, once again, blame it to the compilation. Okay, yeah. There is a white space and a dark space on the live stream. I think this is mentioned on the way to a smile or traces of two, or something. Yeah, I haven't read the books, so I don't know. Ernest with the 2,000-year-old reference. You can always trust on Ernest for that. Yeah, Alyssa says, yeah, I like that they gave her own separate moment as well. Agree. I think there are 3 Sephiroth. What are you doing to me, Josh? 3? Why not one Sephiroth for every dog that we see, you know? So 7? There's 7 Sephiroths. It only makes sense that it's 7. This made me finally believe Ernest is at least playing the game himself. Very good, Alyssa. I love it. That makes me laugh. Joshua says you have Genova Sephiroth, real body Sephiroth, and future Sephiroth. Okay. We don't talk about red herring theories. We do talk about them, but we don't like them. Gotcha. Notice Genova Sephiroth and a real body Sephiroth needs the clones to appear. Javier says, I don't know about playing, but at least he is watching someone play, Alyssa. Well, who knows? Release the trophies. We need to know. Josh says, future Sephiroth comes and goes like the Whispers. Okay. I mean, I feel like at the end of Remake, there's no reason to see Sephiroth at that moment, right? But we're like, let's open a portal and Sephiroth's there for some reason, you know? So that's got to be future Sephiroth, right? I don't know. Got to be with this franchise or this remake trilogy. It feels a little weird. Ernest isn't playing the game. He's experiencing it, says Toolman. I don't think Josh says, I don't think Genova Sephiroth and real body Sephiroth are aware of future Sephiroth. Future Sephiroth is the one who absorbed the Harbinger of Fate. Okay. So, but does it show the Whispers getting absorbed by Sephiroth at the end of Remake? Like, is he there and does he absorb them all? I know that, like, you beat Harbinger of Fate and then you fight Sephiroth at the end. I can't even remember. It's been a while. I'll have to, I want to get the platinum trophy in that game. And I got to, Wall Market and stopped. But I don't remember who, if Sephiroth is, takes all the Whispers once they're defeated. Future Sephiroth, the visual symbolism overload. Just my theory, says Josh. Yep. Or they just wanted to give OG fans Sephiroth to fight. The Ultima confirmed it, bro. Okay, see, I'm not reading any of the books. So if the Ultimania says that Sephiroth absorbed the Whispers after the Harbinger was defeated, then I guess that's true. I just got to replay it to see. But that was not made clear to me as a first-time player. So I'm just trusting people on the internet and what the Ultimania is saying. Yeah, I make a final point here. If I can find it, let me see here. I don't know if I go, but I just kind of am like, oh, this is my one final problem, but let me see if I can find it.
We don't know exactly what the goals are. Why are white Whispers aligned?
Yeah,
that has to do with the live stream, and then it has the ability to play out memories from the past, because memories are always associated.
We're talking about live stream,
and live stream, and they always talk about that in the lore and stuff. We know that weapons are defenders of the live stream and the planet, so they're probably good guys. We know that.
Unless
we
you're
also know that
Sephiroth.
Kind of,
Unless
yeah.
you're Sephiroth, but Sephiroth's not a good guy, so still, they are good guys, I would say. And then we also know that they're teamed up with White Whispers, and that Sephiroth is teamed up with Black Whispers, and the two colors of Whispers have different goals that cause them to fight in this unique way.
So we get there.
But here's
in
a
the
list of questions that
Yeah.
people may be asking or that I have. So, what is going on at the Whispers? What the heck is going on at the Whispers? I have in my notes here, actually. We've talked about that. Now there are two colors. Is one trying to keep fate on its original path while the other is trying to do something else? Like, is there a fate thing here? I want to know what their opposing goals are. We get a sense of like what their opposing kind of tones are, but we don't know exactly what the goals are. Like,
Yeah, it feels like the Whispers roles have now shifted over to just like they're not trying to prevent something from happening or to keep it on track. It's like it just feels like they're fighting each other. So I guess you could say like, well, the White Whispers want one thing to happen and the Black Whispers want another thing to happen, so they have to fight each other, but they're both trying to prevent something from happening. But it just doesn't feel like they're doing their role.
why are White Whispers aligned with the weapons while Black Whispers are aligned with Sephiroth? Where do the Whispers come from? What the heck are Whispers? Like, I literally have written in my playthrough notes, White versus Black Whispers with orbs in their heads. What is going on? Like,
Yes.
Look, if I just take it on the nose, right?
Yeah.
It's light versus dark,
Yeah.
evil versus good. It's the age-old
yes,
story.
that's what we know.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
all the questions that I just asked are still not answered.
Right, but they weren't that way in remake. It wasn't light versus dark.
Right. And they're totally different path, right?
They heal Barrett after Sephiroth stabs him, but then they
Right.
also kill Wedge, right? So it's
Yeah.
like
Right. It's like, what is going on? Just what is
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah.
And then I also asked, why did the weapon eat Tifa in the first place? Like, did it want Tifa to relive these memories, to gain new resolve? Like,
does the weapon have like autonomy to choose like what they're
Right.
doing? Right? Is it like making a deliberate decision?
or was the weapon sent by someone? Like,
Here's what I saw when that happened. It was like when the ocean chose Moana, right?
All right.
Same scenario.
Kind of feels that
Moana
way.
reference.
yeah,
That's
it could be
good.
as simple as that.
It chose her and showed her all of this to fundamentally change her
Yeah.
and reset the path or alter the path. So if you have whispers that are arbiters of fate and are trying to keep the path the same, the logical fight against that is to do things to alter that path.
Well,
I would like that if she was chosen by the planet in that way. That would make her more important.
I think she's chosen by that planet because what she plays, like, we don't. If you played the original game,
Spencer's getting frustrated that we can't spoil things.
Tifa plays a major role, and this is
I've never even
actually
played it.
awesome that they do this with Tifa because before
just
that,
know about
Right.
it.
it's like she's gonna have to help someone navigate the live stream, and now she has an experience that she's gone through herself. It's actually really
Herself.
awesome.
It's really good.
So like
yeah.
this is good, like setup for part 3 if they deliver.
If they
Right.
deliver. Jolie, you can repeat. You can repeat, Jolie, if they
Yeah.
deliver.
If they deliver.
yeah.
If.
Amen, Ernest
There you go.
and Joe.
It's a big if.
Yeah.
And then I also had questions like, why did Sephiroth pierce the materia belly of the whale? Was he intending to kill Tifa by letting him poisonous Mako liquid? Why couldn't he finish the job if that was his intention? Why would he want Tifa dead? Like, there's questions here. I know we've discussed a little bit about that, so we don't have to go into more depth about it, but these are questions that came up as I was watching
Yeah,
this.
but those are good questions.
I think that scene where he tried to slice with just his strength and couldn't is a very telling scene where he had to use his hand to force it.
Like, the planet is very powerful.
He's not all powerful.
And Sephiroth's state.
He still has to make an effort. That is really cool that you saw him like grab the sword with both hands, and that does show extra effort.
The fact that he struggled, and look at his face too when that scene happens.
He does
It's like
get
a
upset.
combination of like he's struggling, but also like a realization that these things are a lot more powerful. Because before that, when he was trying to just do it from the handle of the katana, you could tell like he was just expecting it to go through like butter, and the fact that it didn't shocked him.
Interesting.
When has Sephiroth ever not just sliced someone like with the
Right.
ease?
Oh, I like it, Toolman. Okay, so I'm not gonna try to find the part. I think I finished it here, but we can end it there. But yeah, we have questions. Basically, Jolie's just listing out some of the things that we have, and Toolman says Ernest is so close to something that we can't talk about. The significance of Sephiroth struggling is to show he's not actually all knowing. Yeah. I know I missed a bunch you guys were talking about. But let's see. Josh says on the way to a smile talked about 2 parts of the live stream. Toolman said I should read that to really enjoy some good storytelling, you know. Um, Alyssa earlier on talked about Bigglesworth. The movies don't fit the comics very well. You're talking about the Avengers movies. Yeah. I actually changed the comics to they actually changed the comics to fit the movies over time. Gotcha. You have negative live stream and a positive live stream, says Josh. I don't know what that even means. Javier's talking to Bigglesworth and says the Marvel movies are loosely based on many arcs of the comics, right? And they have their own rules in the universe. Gotcha. Josh says the negative live stream is being shown by the Dark Whisperers and the positive live stream is the white. See, I just see a bunch of whispers in a green live stream. Alyssa says, oh, for sure, but I also think fans make me want to research these games more as well, like how often we have brought up the compilation material in this chat alone, for sure. Oh yeah, Moana reference, Matrix reference. It's all going in the compilation. Jolie cuts out so much of what Ernest says because he's always referencing outside of the games. Jolie's like, talk about the game. And when Ernest actually talks about the game, he does a great job, right? This is an awesome episode. So if you haven't seen all of it, Ernest really does a good job in this one. That, and again, how the games have been split into 3 parts instead of 1. Yeah, that's true. Essentially, the negative live stream is contaminated and need proto material to contain it. Learn this in Dirge. Gotcha. Dualman says, the big if. Alyssa says, I watched someone who knows nothing about Remake complete the game this past weekend. The first thing they said at the start of the playthrough was, oh, you said, I'm finally going to get answers. No, you're not. That's funny. Ernest is so close to something. Okay, cool is what you're saying. Yeah. And all the comments were like, oh, honey, that's a problem. Like, it's funny, but there's still a problem for new players. Yeah. I get that it's a trilogy, and I get that we're not done finishing it, but I just don't think they're setting us up for success. I think the people that are writing on chalkboards are going to be thrilled with Part 3's ending. I think the people that aren't writing on chalkboards are going to be like, okay, cool, maybe. I hope it's not, but it'll come back when we get to chapter 14 if we remember. Okay, that's why I'm in the camp. I cannot understand the re-trilogy so far without having previous knowledge of the OG and the compilation. The re-trilogy, these games have more questions signal block than all Mario games. Nice. To me, you can understand re-trilogy, or you can't understand re-trilogy until all 3 parts are released. Yeah, that's fair. Like, we can't judge it completely. We're just judging on what we have, what they've given us, right? Ernest using other media to describe Final Fantasy VII is actually just like the one episode of Star Trek. The new generation, is that what that stands for? Even the chalkboard crowd is going to be confused. Well, okay. Anyway, you've heard me rant about this enough. Basically, I get confused, and I hope that we'll get to a point where we can figure it all out. But as for now, it's kind of making sense, but I just feel like they did a little bit of a bait and switch. That's all I'm saying with the Whispers, is that they had it defined one way, and now it's like, okay, new stuff's happening, but we don't see them for the entire game like we did in the other game. It's like, oh, we want to use them again. It just feels like the writers are like, we've got a new use for them, so like, let's bring them back out again. They're a little different this time, and we're not going to talk about them until chapter 9 of this huge game. It does feel like this total shift when chapter 9 hits, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're not just gallivanting across the world following robe guys. It's like the story's finally starting. Took you long enough, you know? But anyway, Josh says the remake series has been keeping people talking. Have to admit that. Yeah, I mean, they're accomplishing their goal. But I talked about this, Josh. I don't know if you've heard me say this, but it's fulfilling their goal right now because it's keeping people talking, and the marketing cycle is building. But if they don't pay off, then it will be worse off for it. It will sour in people's mouths, because if it was just to drum up excitement and to keep us guessing, and they don't have a satisfying conclusion, then that will be remembered poorly. Yeah. So you can create. Yeah. What Javier is saying is true. He says, for sure, Josh, but also generation high expectations, really dangerous high expectations. So you set the expectations here, right? and you land here, it's like people, even if it's good, like even if here's good, people are just going to be bummed because you spent all this time with some shenanigans that didn't need to be there, and then you're letting people down. So anyway, let me take a quick break, and then we'll start with tactics. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, we're gonna. I feel validated by all your comments about how my lack of knowledge makes you feel better about some of the stuff that's going on. You're probably wondering what you're seeing right now. So I have to admit something. I had to make a choice. I had surgery, so I was gone all last week, right? And I wanted to level up my characters. But I ended right after the fight with Argath. And if you know, you can't advance the story. You're kind of stuck in that the beginning of chapter 2 starts out with Agrius and Gafgarian, and then you pick 4 other units, right? When you're not level 100. And I didn't even level you guys up to the best jobs or whatever. But what I'm saying is, I had to make a choice. Because I couldn't go and level up. I actually got to this battle here. So I have a streamer pulled up. Her name's Maddie Sun. Madison, but spells it Madison. I haven't even watched this. I didn't have time to prepare this stream, so I don't even know if this is good. I just know that she's playing the beginning of chapter 2. No, we're not level 777. 777. But I feel bad because I advanced the story, but I didn't pay attention to the story. I like muted it and I just like clicked through. So I tried to remain pure for you guys, so you guys like in the story we could experience it together. But I advanced the story and I fought it, and then I didn't listen to the cutscenes or whatever. So Josh says you can level all your characters to 99 in like an hour if you do their level up trick. Nope, I didn't do that. I'm just doing it the old-fashioned way, where I gank like a goblin and I just surround them so they can't move, and I just do whatever. Anyway, so we're gonna scrub through this. I know that like this is the battle that we missed. Feel free to talk about it if I don't even shout out to the streamer, but I just want to catch up on the story. So we'll see if she talks over it. If not, I can go back to the encyclopedia of the game. But Toolman says not knowing what's happening at any given moment and waiting forever for answers. ASO IAF fans know. What does ASO IAF stand for? He's leveling by hitting me in the head. I do.
Let's do A-OK.
All right, so she picks her crew. I'm just going to skip ahead a bit. Let's listen. Does she listen?
Coin I lack.
Can you guys hear? Is it too quiet?
Lack, not wits. 20,000. Or you can stick 'em yourself.
Mayhap you forget the ease with which men are branded heretics.
Tell me if you can hear this.
Frets, is it? 10,000 then.
7,000. I will offer no more.
Fine. Let it never be said that I was aught but a pious man.
I pray your newfound piety lends itself not to mercy. They will be here soon, and I shudder to think of your fate, should any of them survive.
I've turned it up as far as I can go. So if this is bad, let me know. I've never experienced this before, so I don't even know what's happening. I don't know these knights. Right? But
to do. Best be about it.
Yeah, you might be right, Javier. She's gonna come in and it's gonna blast our eardrums, but
Gods be good, that's Sir Gafgarian. 7,000 ahead for this.
7,000 ahead for this. He's scared of Gafgarian, apparently.
Oh.
An ambush.
An ambush.
This day grows lovelier by the hour.
I knew that Gafgarian was the guy with us kind of in the beginning with like the bull helmet.
Yeah,
but,
she's experienced it
I forget
just
that
like
he's
me.
like with us now in real time, so he's a guest member.
If you'd not fight, the road home lies behind you.
I forgot that Agrius was with us too, and I hope that I'm pronouncing your name right, or we'll hear that soon.
You guys can just go watch her
I make
stream.
no habit of charity. I could not well abandon so goodly a wench to rogues.
Do not
Gafgarian.
patronize me, sir.
All right, this doesn't look too bad right off the...
Okay, so maybe you guys can fill me in here. We can go back because they just all. I'll go through the battle here. She does her thing. I'm not gonna watch it, but so far these guys here, the enemy faction, are just like Gafgarian. Like this is not worth the like money that you're paying us to go up against this guy, right? I don't know who the knight is. I don't know who we're going after, but this is after the time skip. So this is when Ramza and Delita, after that pivotal moment, after Titra died, Delita leaves the party. We have that kind of revelation that House Beowulf has been. Jolie says I say Beowulf wrong. I was like Beowulf, but she's like it's Beowulf. Anyway, so help me catch up on the story here. But they. Ramlita forever. Take a shot, chat. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, this is in the future, so Ramses is not part of his house anymore, right? He kind of is like a mercenary himself as well, right? And he winds up with Gafgarian. I don't really know who Gafgarian is. I just know that he's like the leader of a mercenary band. I don't know. Agrius was like protecting the princess, and then she got kidnapped. So Agris is like, we got to get the princess back. That's kind of how I know. Right? Okay. So, I don't know. Let's see. Gafgarin's just ripping these guys up. She's got chapters and all this stuff. Let me see if anything happens at the end of the battle. Like any, she's still fighting.
Now.
Okay, so then he says something.
Just as insurance, I'm getting. Oh, baby.
I'm Lady Ovelia.
Okay, here's some dialogue. I just didn't want to miss any dialogue that happened. And so Agri says we cannot linger.
Must find Lady Ovelia.
She's that the princess.
Shall we do that? Call out her name and hope she comes running.
Her captors have but one place to go: the impenetrable walls of Fort Besselat.
Okay, so we're going to the Fort Besselat.
Then we must lose no time.
I was low-key hoping that.
Josh says he taught Ramza about how the world really works. Gafgarin, you're talking about? Gaff is your mentor. He showed you how to live on your own without the family. Gotcha.
For like comedic relief.
Okay, cool. All right. Shout out to you, Madison. I hope that you continue to do well on your streams. Everyone go subscribe to Madison. Give her a follow. Give her a subscription. All right, let's see. Let's go to the game now. Javier says, by the way, there was no divorce. And in the deep dive, you were well behaved, Spencer. Yeah. It worked out, okay? I know you can't hear the music yet. Guys, it's tradition. We've 2 hours in, we're finally playing tactics. Breadcrumbs and Gaming is here, making me feel good. He always sticks around for the tactics gameplay. Let's see here. We want to hear what we're doing here, right? Okay, I've turned it down a bit. Let me know if that works out. What's up, Breadcrumbs? You're always making me feel good. Alyssa's still alive. You are not. You guys are both dragoons. See that? Javier, my friend, you are a dragoon. You're a level 8 dragoon. Check out all those jumps you got. I could have done this wrong. I feel like if I got vertical jump 8 and horizontal jump 7 that I wouldn't need to unlock all the rest of these because it says they don't stack. I don't understand the Dragoon class. They just jump and depending on their speed is when they land. On all the other, when it shows in the left-hand screen where whenever the attack is going to hit, they just jump in the air and I'm like, I hope they're going to land before they move. Anyway. Okay, so how close are you to a samurai? I've been doing a weird thing, so if you'll notice, I maxed you out as an archer. I wanted to get all your stuff, and then I've been working on leveling you up as a dragoon. Let's see, Alyssa, where are you at here? Your job progress. I don't know. You're a level 8 dragoon. You're gonna say I wasted all this time, but I haven't made you a geomancer or you're a level 8 knight. Is that good? I don't know what. Is this where samurai is? Yeah. Bigglesworth, you're still alive. You are a arithmetician. Why can I not say that? Arithmetician? Anyway. You are here. I just switched you over, just like barely. So I haven't learned anything, but now you can tell me of like what I'm supposed to get for your fancy build here with the holy. But I just switched you over. Yay! Bigglesworth, take it away. What do you want to do? Just say you're an arithmetician. Thanks, guys. So if you tell me what to get, I'll let you kind of navigate, Bigglesworth, because this is your guy. I have no idea what this job class does. Target CT sets the target variable. The resulting spell will target units based on their current CT. Must be paired with a trigger value. What? You want me to like have if-else statements? Are we doing programming with the arithmetician? Okay, let's see. Josh says it is based on your speed. So 7 means if everyone on the board is also 7, you will land 7 turns later. But if your speed is 15 and everyone is under 9, you will go 2 turns later. Okay. Okay. I just don't like, I don't want to be looking at the enemy's speed and finding out how much they are to know when my Dragoon lands. I think it would be cool if it told me just based on my speed stat where I was going to land, you know? But targeting CT is arithmetician's specialty. Okay, so we do targeting CT. Should I get it? I got it. Is that a shipping thing? Nice. Very funny, Javier. Have you found a vendor selling chameleon robe? No, I haven't. Not that I know of. That's the one that protects us from your crazy holy thing? Not yet. And then Ramza, I just changed him to a knight because I was trying to I maxed out monk and archer, and I wanted to max out knight and use like the archer abilities to use knight stuff with Ramza. And then Jolie, I'm trying to max out her. I've almost unlocked all the abilities for her black mage. So I'm not playing it the best way, I'm sure, but anyway, that's where you guys are at now. So you can tell me, Alyssa, what I'm supposed to do for you as a Dragoon. Right now, I don't even know where Samurai is. I'm guessing Samurai is right there. But I don't know if I have to be a higher level of... I'm a level 8 knight, and I'm a level 5 Dragoon. Oh, I need to be a monk. Looks like I have to be a level 5 monk. So I'm just maxing out your Dragoon. Should I switch you over to a monk and work on that? But before we do that, let me see something. Once the whole team is wearing chameleon robe, you can rain down holy hellfire with reckless abandon. It's finally coming together, Bigglesworth. If you're having fun, that's all that matters. Thanks, guys. Let's go to the events here.
People think. What compelled them?
Okay, let's see here. Have you seen The Pursuit of the Princess? Did we watch this? This is after we fought at Argath, right? Yeah, we saw this part. Okay. Where she's like, we need to go off. Okay.
Carries the princess.
You mean to give
We watched that already. Okay, cool. So now we're heading to the fort, I guess.
Here we may learn more.
And then everything else, we didn't miss anything. Okay. Alyssa says, yep, you need to go monk, but then let me see my Dragoon first. Okay, I'll look at your Dragoon. Your Dragoon is here. You've got Ignore Elevation. I have not equipped pole arms. Dragonheart is learned, and then you've got a bunch of vertical jumps. You have vertical jump +7 and horizontal jump +7, and then some of the others, because I don't know. I only need to conquer the high ground, Spencer. I am the man of simple demands. I can change you back to an archer. I loved you as an archer. Josh says, yo, but on armor that absorb holy and you almost one-shot every fight. Too broken. I know, we're just... Josh, I'm letting people backseat play, so... This is the build that Mr. Bigglesworth wanted, so we're doing it. Indeed. Nice work. Switch to monk. Okay, cool. All right, you're gonna go monk now. Change job.
How do I look?
You look great, Alyssa. You look so great. All right, well, I like having chakra and Aura Blast as my stuff. Sorry, I should have let you do this. I want to be an archer. Let's smoke them all. Okay, we can switch you up. Let me know if you want anything else from the monk, but I think that's good. Because before, we got Aura Blast, we got Chakra. Look, you're already a master of the monk, Spencer. I am. My Ramza is a monk master. I love the monk. I feel naked when I'm not playing as a monk. Let's see what we have equipped. So I use this optimize equipment. You guys can't see it because my screen is covering it. But if I hit optimize equipment, it just throws like the best equipment that I have available on. Monk doesn't use anything, so it's not a big deal. But I did that for like my black mage, and it just gave me all this like heavy armor that had no MP attached to it. I was like, that's not what I want. So that was kind of a bummer. I don't trust the optimized equipment is what I'm trying to say. Okay. All right, Alyssa, you're the monk now. And then Javier, you say you want to switch back to an archer? You've got 1,000 job points and you've already mastered everything, so. But if you want to switch, we can.
A new endeavor.
The high ground, that's your thing. All right. Let's see here. You're being too nice, Breadcrumbs. I don't think I'm a master at this game yet. Oh, you're just saying a master monk. Okay. Next. Aerith, unlock multiple of 5. That should cover almost every fight. Yeah, optimized equipment isn't always the best. Okay, cool. That's good to know because I did it with her. So watch, Jolie, she's a black mage, right? And if I say optimize equipment, it's like change the red hood, the silken robe to mithril vest and headgear. It's like, no, these are my highest MP like equipment, and it just lowers it all down. I don't care about my HP for my black mage. I don't care. You know what I mean? Anyway, what about you? What does the arithmetician use? Arithmetician. Does it use any sort of weapon? I don't know. Okay, but I think I'm pretty good for now. I'm just working on a few other things. Look at me maxing out. I just want to... I'm 20 job points away from maxing out the knight. As Ramza, I have to do it because I'm weird like that. Okay, so we have a knight, an arithmetician, a black mage. She can also heal, and Bigglesworth has white magics and regenerate.
What is it?
Will Jolie stay black mage forever? No. As soon as she finishes all of black mage, I'll switch her up. But I did check it out. I maxed her out as a chemist. Oh, sorry, I'm bad with the menus.
What is it?
I maxed her out as a chemist, so I have all the abilities. I have all the items for her. But I think we're good.
What is it?
Do you want any other things for your secondary? You want fundamentals, or do you want something different that we've been working on? Because you have jump now, but I kind of like having you as fundamental because I can still level you up. Let me know.
What is it?
Okay, I'm just double checking everyone, and
Very well.
let's get going here. I do have Toolman still in the chat. I feel like Toolman's been around forever since the beginning. We can name one of the people that I'm sending out on missions after you, Toolman.
Welcome. Who needs outfitting?
Who needs outfitting? Doesn't offer any. Unable to offer optimal fitting. No better equipment. Is that what they say? Okay. I'm just checking the outfitters.
Welcome.
See if they have better equipment. And then we'll continue on with the story. Oh! We're gonna flee! New members of the squad. Oh, look, they've just returned. Speaking of being ready, they're level 1s.
Right then.
Right then.
Tell us how it went.
Tell us how it went. You cheeky little blighter.
Despite many difficulties, we did all that was expected of us, and more besides.
Aubrey, we gotta change your name.
There were.
I'd consider that.
Look at that sick job points. Spencer, there will be growing pains as you learn to understand teammates must be sacrificed for the greater good, at least initially. No one can die from our band, okay? We don't sacrifice anyone. I heard that like all the guest characters that you gain later on throughout the game just are way more overpowered than all the stuff we've been doing. It kind of makes me sad because we've been having such a good time leveling up our characters. I don't want that to be true. I want to use you guys.
Good choice.
Nothing better for me. Oh, it wants me to equip that. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Okay. My character. No, Alyssa. You've always said that you're always saying that your character can die. If I protect anyone, it's gonna be you. You helped me kill Arga. You whiffed. Well, you didn't whiff, but he blocked your killing blow. Let's be honest. But you made up for it in the end. That was still one of the best moments of the stream. Oh, sorry. My bad. My bad. Outfitter.
Good choice.
If you can protect anyone, it should be Jolie. That's just in real life. This is a game. We can be a little different. Okay, I'm paranoid. I have to just check to make sure there's no like crazy thing that they can equip me with.
Stranger now.
Okay, let's advance the story. Let me know if you can hear the volume or if you can't. Araguay Woods. I always have to bench someone. Well, we can't bench Bigglesworth because he'll just donate and make me feel bad. So, Bigglesworth, you're going to make the cut.
For victory.
For victory. We need Alyssa in here. And Javier. Jolie. Bench Jolie. Why do I feel like I don't have everything equipped here? Fundamentals on Javier and aim. So you just... Okay, and then we've got martial arts and fundamentals. Okay. White magic. So you're the only person that can res us if that happens, if we leave Jolie out. Javier. Don't be mad.
I'll do what I can.
Don't be mad, Javier. I featured all your artwork today, okay? You got a lot of screen time. You can sit this one out. You're already a maxed out archer. Am I gonna regret it? We'll see. Let's see. Okay, let's switch him. We haven't started the battle yet. We haven't started. I told you not to do that. You're gone. You're out of here. We're bringing in Javier. Yeah, nice try. You think that you're gonna get me with that? Well, we're never gonna see what your optimal build is like, Mr. Bigglesworth.
No turn.
Because I told you not to do that. I was being serious. I just got rid of my white mage. The only person that can heal is Jolie with items. And I didn't even check if I have enough items. That was not a ploy. You guys always act like a... Whatever. Whatever. Now in my embarrassment, I just ditched my white mage. And I'm not going to be able to survive this. Garen better pull his weight. Oh, they speak in their language. All right, guys.
I've seldom seen a chocobo so deep in the woods.
An adult-pated bird to wander in this goblin-ridden place.
Oh, it's a choice. We should be on our way through the wood. Perhaps we could use it. I don't know. I don't like chocobos in this game. Get your first monster. Let the poaching begin.
Delita once mentioned that wild chocobos were hardier than domesticated breeds.
Oh, he's still Ramlita forever. He can't forget about Delita.
Perhaps we could use it.
Let us divide destiny together. Yeah, I sent his Funko to Ernest, Javier, and I was like, "You're famous now, Ernest." And he's like, "That's cool," but he doesn't talk to us much outside of recording.
You intend to save the creature? I'd rather line my purse with gil than feathers.
not.
Still,
I kind of
they
agree
have
with
to
Gaf
save the
Garen.
princess.
Well, protect the chocobo. Okay. What if the chocobo dies? Do I just like fail the whole game? If a unit stops on a tile containing a chocobo, be it an ally or a special unit, that unit can ride the chocobo around the battlefield. Okay, so I was playing just a regular random encounter, and there was an objective for a chocobo. It wasn't like an enemy. It was like a third party or whatever. But I never hopped on top of it, and then I finished the game and never had it. So I guess I could have poached it earlier. The chocobo with the rider suffers no damage and provides considerable extra mobility to the riding unit, both of which may be used to your advantage. Okay. Should I just throw Alyssa into the meat of it here? What level are these guys? Oh yeah, we're gonna... How far can your Aura Blast reach you? Oh yeah! This might be a bad idea. I'm telling you, Spencer, Ramlita is the thing. Ramlita forever. It is. I feel like we made that up, but it must be a real ship, right? How could it not be? We're going after the main goblin right now. No waiting. Come on, Gaf Garen. Do your crazy stuff. Also, side note, when I was playing, Agrias was like the worst NPC. Worse than Argath, worse than Delita. She just like ran and hid behind the buildings. I'm like, are you supposed to be some cool character? Whoa. What do I even have? I got my martial arts still. I couldn't give up my monk all the way.
Down with you.
Yeah, get out of here, goblin. Do you have it on tactician mode? Not completely necessary for night mode. I'm on night mode, Josh. This is my first time ever playing the Final Fantasy Tactics, so I was informed to do night because I was a little nervous. By the way, you can recruit goblins. I discovered that by accident. She was trying to protect her princess. The princess was gone. She should have been fighting these thieves. I do play Final Fantasy 14. I main a paladin. I think it's called paladin. The tank. I was a tank class. But it's been years. We played over the pandemic, but we haven't played in a long time. How much does the high ground benefit me? So, like, move you there. I don't really understand archers yet, but, like, aim. Can I just, like, tag any one of these, or do I have to get closer to you? Sorry, I'm good at this. I promise. You're gonna get sick watching my streams. Go back to Madison. She's the real streamer. Aim 10. Only aim 3 is going to hit anyone? Javier, you're better than this. We'll take it.
Let me see.
All right, Joe. Let's nuke these guys. Okay, what are they weak to most? Fire? Pretty bad. They're not going to like it. Thunder? I always have to feel... That's less damage. How much was fire? Fire was 70. Thunder was 63. And blizzard... Whoa, they're super weak to blizzard. What's that about? Is there any way for me to get more than one? He's already dead. Wow, that's just blizzard. That's like my weakest ice attack. Yeah, we're gonna hit you. Get out of there, choke. Yeah, you go hide. Let's see. I think... Yeah, let's see. You mentioned Jolie wanted to co-stream. Maybe you guys can play that. Oh, we killed him already. My bad. That's true. We played. Jolie and I played. She was a ninja and I was a paladin tank. And then Jolie's younger brother was a white mage. Evaded. You can recruit almost anything once you get certain skills. Okay. Yeah, tackle me. We want the speed surge. I think I've out leveled these guys. What do you think? What do you think? You guys say high ground with bows, extend your shot for every higher up. Okay, that makes sense. I think they brought up playing Final Fantasy X together, Javier. Yeah, I don't know. Jolie thought it would be funny if we were playing Final Fantasy X and she's like literally like we would set a timer and we would have to pass off the controller even in the middle of a fight. But yeah, so Javier says Final Fantasy X is 2-player. But that's how we would make it work. Can't recruit Meludia though. Oh yeah, that's true. Poor Millie. We don't even know where Weegraph is, but he's still alive, right? He teleported out. He's just mad that we couldn't take care of Millie. Goblins and Marlborough weak to ice, bomb, squids weak to lightning, trees are weak to fire. Okay. Thanks, Josh. These are the things that you know if you're a Final Fantasy OG player, but not me. You know? Nice hit, Alyssa. Get that XP. All right, Gafgarian, where are we going? You're going... See?
By divine will unencumbered. By darkness empowered. Shadow Blade.
By divine will unencumbered. Man, Gafgarian is... He's the real deal. I want to do like... What do we got? What do we got? Can I shockwave these boys? Just hit 2 of them. Oh, the other guy's protected because he was down in the hole. No matter. Javier, let's get you to the high ground, Javier. There's only one way to do this. Okay, we've got 7. You'll still hit. All right. Go for this guy. Go for that guy, Javier. Man, my lowest level blizzard attack is just nuking these guys. All right, we're gonna wait for that. Agrius is gonna do nothing. Nice hit. Oh, he got away. That's right. It wasn't a full. Speed surge. Give it to me. We take those hits. You're faster now, Javier. We're just going to do a good old whack. A good old punch from Alyssa. Then chase down this guy. Ghost and Ghouls instant kill with Phoenix Downs. Oh, that's so cool. Just throw a potion at him. These are all things I need to do. Meludia can now be found in the live stream, says Breadcrumbs and Gaming. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Meludia. She was cool. She, like, when Ramza was trying to plead with her, she was having none of it. I liked her convictions, just like Weegraph. See, I never know if I should, like, wait it out and try to collect all the stuff that these guys drop. When you guys are playing this, do you just wait it out and let them go? But I'm not going to be able to wait it out because Gafgarian's just going to... By divine will unencumbered, Shadowblade. When I'm playing story missions, I can't stop them from doing it. But these are just a bunch of... Okay, Josh says humans, yes. So you're not going to worry about these goblins, I'm assuming. If you are, let me know. Should we just burn Alyssa to finish off the... Don't worry, Alyssa. We just got to do it. You're just in the way. Never get in the way of Jolie. Oh, he didn't do anything. I could have waited. I could have waited. No, I won't let him get you.
Down with you.
Down with you. It's over.
It seems
You're always just so willing to die, Alyssa. I don't like this. I want you to fight for yourself. I'm near my goal in tactics life anyway. Your samurai life.
Lucky one, this. Let's hope it's got a sense of
Guys,
gratitude, eh?
I'm never going to give up. I'm never going to ditch you guys for these newcomers in the party, all right? Josh says, monsters drop potions, echo herbs, phoenix downs, most things you can buy for 50 gil. Okay, great. But I should pick up the stuff the humans drop. See how good I am, guys? All right, Mr. Bigglesworth. I was rude, but thank you for the super chat. That was very kind. And I do like your signature 777. Thank you. I always feel awkward. You don't have to pay. You don't have to pay. We can just hang out. Refuse. We'll recruit you. All right, maybe that's who we name Toolman after, the Chocobo. Look at that. We got Boko the Chocobo. Boko the Chocobo. Very good. What do we get? What do we get? I like having Shockwave, but we don't have it yet. So we'll wait. Javier learned nothing because he can't. And Bigglesworth sat out because I benched you. The only power I had, Bigglesworth, was to, you know, you thought you could be cheeky, so my only move was to do that anyway, right? I can unlock Blizzaga and Thundaga and everything else. I'm slowly just unlocking everything for Jolie here. Josh said I would wait for Revive, then Shockwave. Okay, yeah, that's smart. I forget that I can revive with my monk, which is awesome. Which is awesome. Did I max you out yet? I did it, guys. I maxed out Knight, Archer, all the good classes. I get nervous of like advancing to new stuff. Should I make Ramza a Geomancer? Should I throw him over to some black magic stuff? Then Shockwave. My friends and I would play together by passing around the controller, whether it was the single player game or we didn't have a third or fourth controller. It was fun playing together that way. Yeah, so that was Jolie's idea. We'll have to see if that's something we do. Should I change it to a Geomancer? I don't even know what this is. Geomancy. Learn some abilities. What does this do? Manifest the power of harbored by soil wasteland at one's feet. This is like an earthbender, if we're talking about Avatar stuff. Wind slash, tremor. Okay. Nature's wrath. It's like a environmental mage. We can change the names of the new powerful crew, Spencer. Look at it as a spirit transfer, make it possible. Live stream power. Can you like take Agriath or Gafgarian, or if they join your party, and just make them Bigglesworth or something? Or Alyssa or Javier? I would feel weird. I've been working on you guys forever. You know? Let's get any advice for my first Geomancer spell? I'll wait. Oh, Geomancer depends on the field you're fighting on. Change him to a Necromancer like Riddick. Laugh out loud. Sinkhole. Manifest the power of harbor. Okay, gotcha. At 1 speed. Deals water damage. Manifest the power of harbored by grassland, underbrush. So these are conditional based on the environment. Is there any like good one I should get just to start with? For Ramza? Or should I not do Geomancer? Change, let's see. can be so many things. I'm always tempted just to make him a black mage. If you're using question, so like if you're using, let's say I'm a geomancer right now, and martial arts are my secondary, they are like the powers are softened, right? So martial arts are never as powerful as if I was actually a monk, right? And like my heals, if I have white magics, they're never as powerful if they're in the first slot, as far as I understand. All right. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm a geomancer. Okay, cool. Also, Alyssa, you said there was a way to change the color of Ramses' armor. How do you do that? You could tell me. Let me know. Let's see. You can... Tangle works with these areas coming up, I think. All right, cool.
Is there something?
I'll do it. Torrent, Tremor, Wind Slash, Will-o-the-Wisp, Quicksand, Sandstorm, Wind Blast. You just said Tangle, Alyssa, and there's no thing called Tangle. Nothing called Tangle. Sounds like you're just making stuff up. Oh, Tanglevine. I just can't read. Never mind, I'm just stupid. Is that Geomancer female character design pulling a Tifa shirt situation? Why you say that? Oh, wow. I didn't notice that, but yeah, that's a little too spicy for our stream. Good thing it's covered up by the chat. But that Geomancer, this is a male Geomancer, so those are his pectorals, all right? Don't get any funny ideas, Javier. Tifa's always trying to show Cloud or Scar for only the reasons that make sense to the plot. Okay. All right, Bigglesworth, I'll take you on the next round. Javier, I feel like I want to switch you up. I just feel bad leaving you on a job that's unfinished, but I want to do like the Archer Knight stuff where I can rend your weapon from afar and shoot you with that stuff, but you're pretty low leveled there. What were we trying to make you, Javier? Josh has equipped Brawler. Oh, it is. I thought it was. No, don't apologize. I was wrong. Tanglevine. I was wrong. What should we make you? Okay, gotcha. So if I want to hit like a monk, then I have to hit like... So it has nothing to do with being in my secondary position. It's just the fact that I didn't have Brawler equipped, so I'm not actually punching like a monk, right? Oh, it's a pre-order bonus. Lame. A little too much pectoral, Spencer. Fishy going on. Look, do you want me to show you? Here. See? Look. The female Geomancer is like covered up more than any job in the game. Look at her. She's wearing like a friar truck. Oh wow, I cannot speak today. A friar tuck outfit. Whereas the male Geomancer's like, check out my body. All right, sorry about that. Going back to monk.
I shall give my all.
All right. Making sure everything's there. Okay, I think we're good. Let's just move on and we'll work on leveling up Bigglesworth. Delita would love this back. He would. And if Ramza ever could change his outfit, you know. We'll never know. Okay, let's move on. I didn't get items again, guys. What am I doing? And I'm not saving. No need to save. Place up to 4 units. All right. We're going to get Bigglesworth in this time. And
Very well.
Javier, you're getting benched this time.
Leave it to me.
Cool. Let's see here. I want to check. Is there a way for me to check my inventory here? Maybe there is, but I don't have time to do that.
I'll do what I can.
All right,
At the ready.
let's do it. Look at this cool map. Delita!
Side, sir. You are surrounded.
Delita! That was pretty good, Ramza.
Surrender the princess, and no more blood need be spilled.
Northern Sky Knight. Are we... Is that... Tell me who the Northern Sky is. Is that House Beowulf? Beowulf?
Do you so enjoy the taste of lies? Your orders are to see the princess dead.
Why is there a dude on the ground?
And once I've watched you feed the fools her blood, I'm to believe you'd let me live. A witness to your crime.
We're about to have a Ramlita reunion, guys.
What could we possibly gain by Lady Avelia's death? We wish only to see her freed from the Black Lion's claws.
Your Highness!
Oh, we caught up.
Agrius? Agrius!
Agrius Oaks of the Lion's Guard, is it? An untimely interruption.
They're not happy she's here.
Gafgarian, you know what to do. Kill them all!
Wait, what? Am I going to be fighting against Gafgarian?
A change of plans. But a contract is a contract after all.
What? Wait. Am I gonna fail? He's got that by will unencumbered Shadow Blade. Oh man, Agrius, you better pull your own weight this time.
What is the meaning of this? You would betray us.
What's up? UDLS Levdorn. I'm just gonna call you Levidornia. What's up, Levy? VGG, enjoy. The mentor betrayal. No, everyone betrays me. Thank you. Let's see if I get through this. I'm kind of walked into this. I still don't have any potions, and I'm not ready. Gafgarian seems like the man.
Betray you? You have a viper's tongue, milady. I betray no one.
I'm just a mercenary for hire.
I'm the orders employ, and they are of it. My task was to see the princess safely abducted.
He was in on it.
And theirs, to see those responsible silenced.
You mean to say the kidnapping was a ruse?
The princess is an obstacle to the throne. So long as she lives, the threat remains that someone could assert her claim above Prince Orinus's. 2 heirs is one too many.
Whoo! Political machinations, y'all. You should have unequipped him. My bad, should have warned you, but you didn't want any spoilers. That's funny. So you can like take away his equipment and then just go in after him. All right, well. I'm 65% in Chapter 4 on PS5, just doing poaching and leveling. I will leave it at that. But really, have fun at your own pace. That's awesome. No, I'm having a good time. Thanks. Thanks, Levidornia.
And once she is slain, the blame will be placed at Goltana's feet. The stroke that fells a problem princess at once brings down a rival lion. That was no doubt Larg's plan all along.
So wait, is Delita in on it? Because he helps kidnap the princess, and like, we fight them when Gafgarian's on our team. I don't know. Are they in on it?
Positive. Such a plot has more the feel of Dice Dog's thinking.
He does not like Dice Dog. Yeah, I agree. The story is awesome. My twin loves a challenge. It's all good.
Not agree?
Yeah, we'll see, Alyssa. Oh, dude, that's slight.
That's the right of it, Ramza. Come, let us earn our pay.
He's all about the money.
Yet again, he would see sacrifices made of the weak and innocent. No, I will not allow her to be another Tetra. This vile charade has gone on long enough. It ends now.
I've been leveling, guys. I've been doing squats. Let's see. Delita was saving the princess from Gafgaren. Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Oh! Betrayal! He's a Fell Knight! Well, he's only level 11. But he's got a big HP pool. Are we just gonna send you right in? That's gonna hurt him. Or do we try to take out Gafgarian from the beginning? Or am I gonna... All right, let's see who's coming up. We got Gafgarian. He's gonna pounce on my other ones. I feel like these guys will do fine with. I feel like we need to focus Gafgarian. We need to focus all our fire on this guy. I don't really have any Throwstone, Chakra, and Aura Blast. So Aura Blast doesn't do any more damage than just a normal attack, right? Okay. Just gonna go for it. Yeah, eat that. Come on, Delita. Let's see what you got. It's running away? Oh, never mind. Wow, Delita's leveled up his game since we last... Whoa, dude! Delita, you just only threw stones when you're in my party. What was that all about? By divine will unencumbered, Shadowblade! And he takes the HP as well.
Delita, you live.
Oh, here it is, guys. Here's the Ramlita conversation.
So I do. And you? Ever your lord brother's faithful hound?
You don't even know, Delita. I left them. I'm just on my own. I love you.
Are you mad? I knew naught of any of this. What of you, Delita? You now play party to their plot.
My love.
You think I would cast my lot with them? Surely you know me better than that.
I thought I knew you, Delita.
Listen well, Ramza. My objective is to rescue the princess.
Then why are you running up the mountain? Just kidding. He did a sweet attack and hit all three of them. My question is, where did he learn that? Because he never did anything like that. The only thing Delita ever did in chapter 1 for us was give me a few potions and throw a stone at somebody.
I would free her from the clutches of they who would use her and see that she is granted the station she deserves.
Oh, he wants her to.
Such grand words might well rouse, had they not come from one with nary a hair above his lip.
That's some good dialogue. Had they come from one with nary a hair above his lip. Gafgarian really likes his mustache. You can tell. Because he's shaming Delita for not having one. He became a holy knight. He has been trained by the church. Awesome.
Lie, boy. At least lie well. You were just another mercenary. You were paid to take the princess. Now be honest with yourself and with me. Name the man who bought your sword.
Ooh. Yeah, we're 5 years later. Yeah, I know that.
I sell my sword to no one. Do not count me among your lot.
Yeah, Delita's been through some stuff, man. He doesn't like these nobles.
Spare me the lecture. I asked for a name. You'd have me believe some bright-eyed pup caught wind of this plan and rescued the princess in the name of justice. Who gives you your orders? Who told you of this plot?
Gafgarian's not excited that his plan's not going super well.
I would sooner cross swords than words.
My turn.
Not gonna tell him. All right. Watch out, Gafgarian. Geomancer's here. Geomancy for the current terrain not yet learned. Okay, fine. I've got an Aura Blast for you. Woo! We're getting you.
It seems I've improved.
Yeah, you better run. What do we got? What do we got, guys? Okay, so are humans weak to fire? I never know, so 94. I'm dumb that I have to play this all out. Thunder, less, and then blizzard. Okay, so fire's the best. Should I just nuke Gafgarian here? Yeah. That'll get him, right? Dude, that's like one shot. I don't even need to waste my mana on you, dude. But I want it to... Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll take him out. I'm going to miss that guy, though. If I do Fire. So it's not even worth it. But I want Gafgarian dead. Sorry, let me catch up on this. Javier says, according to Claudia, that's the best ship. Give me that sweet toxic ship. You're talking about Ramlita? Claudia thinks Ramlita's the best? Josh says, yeah, but his mentor is completely nuts. Gotcha. Josh is always like, stay on task. Talk about what we're talking about. Melissa says, Delita just needs to attempt to KO Ramza, and then he'll make up for it with a kiss. Cross swords. Very funny, guys. Not going to spoil it, but I will say this. He is a monster. Haha, only a hint. Okay. Well, I know you'll get him with this. I'm like not nervous of him, but I just want to get rid of him off the board, you know? I just want to delete him. Let's see. I mean, I'll throw it out there just in case. There you go, Joe.
Tell me, sir, are you friend or foe?
I am a human being, no different from you.
Ambiguity is the enemy of storytelling, Delita. Don't you know that? Tell it to her straight. Oh, grants beneficial effects. Who's she gonna help out? Yeah, give us some. Oh man, he like almost took them all out. All right, you guys are moving. The Northern Sky, was that House Beowulf? Were those our knights? Oh no, not the princess. Oh, dude. That is not good.
Hold on, Your Highness. I'm coming to help.
Agrius, do something.
So sure of that.
Oh, that got skipped. Have you any idea what you do? The path you tread leads only to perdition. Wow.
She is a princess true, the sister of the late king ere she was made his daughter. To lay a finger on her is treason.
Of that I am well aware. But your daughter of a king stands in the way of a king-to-be. Princess or no, her worth is spent. And those born of kings do not outlive their worth.
So good. I love the writing.
Do you mean to mock her and the crown both?
No more than we are mocked. Have you once seen a man of royal blood stay his hand when a commoner blocked his way? The only difference is that those of royal blood are protected by lackwits like you, who swear fealty without even a thought.
It's such a like cool commentary. So many medieval tales are just so basic, but this is great to kind of deal with what does it mean to be a mercenary? What does it mean to be like, you know, a knight in like the king's order? You know, are you going to be someone that's just unwaveringly loyal, or are you going to be someone like Gafgarian that's talking about this, you know? Just awesome. It's well done.
Even should the princess live, it would only be as a pawn in another's game. To kill her now is a mercy.
Then it is a mercy I will not see done. This world has no need for your contorted brand of justice.
All right, Agrius, do something. Protect the princess.
Like that, eh?
Got him.
Shimmering light above. Forge shield unseen. Our lives to keep. Protect!
Nice. Well done, Agrius. Okay, we're all protected. I love it. Oh, Alyssa, they missed you. Oh, haste, protect, regen. Whoa! She cast it on herself.
Best cut my losses.
Oh, he's alive. He pulled a Weegraph. Well, here's a problem. We've got a problem, folks. How are we gonna protect you? I didn't bring potions. I can do chakra, but it won't get you. All right, we're just gonna go here. I want to heal you, but you're in a bad situation, princess. Yeah, Delita, take him out with your hollowed bolt. That's so nuts. It's so fun to see Delita just crush people. All right. Can't really do anything to help you right now because my chakra is not going to help you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How much does my attack do against this guy? It hurts him. But I'm afraid if I don't do anything, they're just gonna kill the princess. Am I gonna lose? Jolie has items, but I don't think I have any healing potions. I think I'm completely out. What are we gonna do? 68% chance. It's not gonna do enough. Not enough. Oh, bummer. You just really stuck yourself in an odd situation. Have you really not been able to go yet, Bigglesworth? Your whole time you've just been hanging out? You can heal people, but you just... Is your speed like that slow? It's kind of annoying. I don't know what to do, guys. Because if I just don't want the princess to die. Maybe that will make him scared? Go away? I doubt it. Oh, I've got one high potion left. That's why we don't save, because it's tense to the very end. Well done, Joe. Save the princess. And then move away so she can get out of there.
What am I to believe in?
What are you gonna do? Love it. Love it. Nice whack, princess. Get out of there. Make Agrius do something. Oh, yeah. Help him out with a potion. This is good, guys. It's intense. Yeah, go run over by Delita while he's gonna zap you with crystal lightning from his sword. Oh no! The silken robe was destroyed! Oh yes! She's doing stuff.
The journey is never ending.
Hey Bigglesworth, you can finally participate. Alright Bigglesworth, what can you do? I don't even know what your guy does. I haven't learned anything yet. You can attack one way. Everybody's healed up. Good thing I brought you. Oh, you can do holy. You can't even do holy because I don't even have you the right clothes. You're kind of useless right now. Can I do anything that will even give you... Nothing's gonna happen, man. Here, I'll let you res this guy so you get some job points. There you go. Give that knight of the northern sky some.
Thank you.
Give him the false sense of security that he'll be fine. It's a slow burn, you say, huh? All right. Can you just hang out in the water? Did I see that? Does that not like throw me away? Look at you, sweet monk. I can... How do I select that tile? Am I a crazy person? There we go. Okay, we got it. From the waterfall. Hey, see you later, Josh. Thanks for coming.
What should I do?
Thanks for keeping us on task.
You're finished. Sorry.
It's over. What you gonna do, Delita? Go take him out? Guys, this is the reunion we've all been waiting for. Man. Delita, I'm so impressed. We did it, guys. I drank all of this. And I even took a biobaric, and I don't know if I'm gonna last. That's what you guys wanted to hear.
Let the princess with me. She will be safer in my care.
This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is why we started with Ramlita forever.
Delita, what is this game you play with us?
Game? I do no more than speak the truth.
Okay.
An enemy of the Order of the Northern Sky. So tell me, where would you now take her? The Order will send its most capable to capture you. Do you truly believe you can elude them with the princess slowing your escape?
Okay, help me out. Is the Order of the Northern Sky, that's my old house, right? That's House Beowulf. I could be wrong, but I feel like it is.
Well,
Think, Ramza. This was Duke Larg's plan. And he would not act without counsel of the Queen. As such, you cannot trust the crown. Would you turn to Goltana then? No, that would be folly. He would only offer up your heads in hopes of keeping his own.
Okay, so is Duke Larg, I've already forgotten. Dystarg is his brother. What's his other brother's name? Is it Larg or is that someone different? And is Goltana the like opposing house or noble faction? I need to, these are the proper nouns that I'm missing here. But I'm getting Delita's point. He's like, you're not really the best to protect the princess.
And what, sir, would you propose?
I would do only that which you, my lady, cannot.
and what exactly is that?
Very well. I shall leave her with you for yet a while longer.
But I will watch you from afar.
Delita, I did not think we'd meet again, but I'm glad we have.
There it is, man. There's nothing more sexy than a man who shares his feelings.
It was Tetra. She watched over me then, as she does now.
Know that you go with my thanks, Sir Delita.
I hope this meeting is not our last, Ramza.
Aw, guys, they're getting back together. It's happening.
I owe you my thanks as well. But in aiding us, you've made yourself an enemy of the Northern Sky.
This is the path I've chosen. I have no regrets.
Yeah, I need to catch up on the lore.
Let us consider our options, few though they are. We've no allies to whom we can turn.
We could make for Lionel and entreat the aid of its lord, Cardinal Delacroix.
Cardinal Delacroix.
The Church of Glabados rules there. Even Duke Larg would think twice ere making an attempt upon the princess.
Cardinal Delacroix. A servant of the Father and formidable warrior both.
Hi, Tillman.
Victory in the 50 Years' War.
Oh no, your internet service provider went down. I'm sorry, Toolman. Welcome back. We just fought Gathgarian. He betrayed us, and we got to see how Delita... He just needs to spend 5 years away from our party, and then he learns how to fight. Now we're gonna go run off to Cardinal Delacroix. So they can't find us there. A servant of father, formidable warrior. Servant of the father and formidable warrior both. He won many a victory.
Yes. I dared to hope.
But they're saying this is a good idea.
Would not turn a blind eye to Lady Avelia's plight.
Yeah, that's all he did, man. He just threw a rock.
Very well. We make for Lionel.
I guess he was getting those job points every time he threw a rock. That was cool. Lady Ovelia.
Let us not delay.
She's a guest. Oh, cool. So it's like we didn't get to the fort yet. Whew. Well, guys, we're keeping the hope alive. Ramlita is still, it still can be a thing. Delita didn't like totally. I thought Delita would have been more mad at Ramza, you know? But I guess he sees that he's turning on his own house. So that's good. All right. I'll do this now. That was a fun stream, guys. It's so good to be back. We're still working on Mr. Bigglesworth Ultimate Plan. We'll get there eventually. Anyway, but thanks for sticking along. If you guys haven't watched our chapter deep dive on chapter 9, or yeah, our chapter 9 deep dive that we just released, take a look at it. That's what we went over tonight, and it's pretty good. And I'm really liking Tactics. It's an awesome game. Every time I play the story, I think it rules. We did it good today. We did good. It's good to be back. Sorry it was so long. Some housekeeping. So this week is going to be normal, but next week, Jolie's going on a work trip. So I will be home alone with the kids. I still plan on streaming, but I will have like the little baby monitor right here. And if the kids like need my help, I'll just have to leave. So usually I can get them to bed and they sleep fine, but it could be kind of, you know, up in the air next week, not this week. So anyway, but thanks for sticking around. It's so good to see you guys again. Well, it's good to talk to you guys again. And yeah, thank you for sticking around this long if you made it this far. Alyssa says you made it past 2 a.m. for the stream. I did, I know. Well, you need to get some sleep, Alyssa. Go to sleep. Dream of what the state of play will give you tomorrow. Think of all your dreams that will not come true for game announcements tomorrow. Hopefully it's a good one. Mr. Bigglesworth says, have a good night, y'all. Good night, everyone. Yeah, thank you guys. That was fun. I will see you guys on Wednesday. We'll catch back up with stuff, and I promise we won't. Maybe we'll get into Tactics proper a little bit sooner because I don't have anything else to talk about. I always have something to talk about. But anyway, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for sticking around. You guys rule. I will see you in the next one. Later.
Listen, understand the reason why I'm sitting here, playing notes with these hands, singing words that I have planned to sing to you for oh so long. May I have your attention, please, 'cause I'm not singing to myself. You understand if it's not me, it must be somebody else. I'll let you guess. Oh, bravo, now you know that these songs are about you. I'm glad you figured it out. May I have your attention, please? 'Cause I'm not singing to myself. You understand, if it's not me, it must be somebody else. I'll let you guess. Oh, bravo, now you know that these songs are about you. I'm glad you figured it out. Oh, bravo, you saw my show, and now you see just what you lack. Girl, I know you want me back. No. Bravo, now you know that these songs are about you. I'm glad you figured this one out. Oh, bravo, you saw my show.